ராமானுஜதயாபாத்திரம் ஞானவைராக்யபூஷணம் ஸ்ரீமத்வேங்கடநாதார்யம் வந்தே வேதாந்ததேசிகம் லக்ஷ்மீநாதசமாரம்பாம் நாதயா முனமத்யமாம் அஸ்மதாச்சார்யபர்யந்தாம் வந்தே குருபரம்பராம் யோ நித்யமச்சுதபதாம்புஜயுக்மருக்ம வியாமோஹதஸ்ததிதராணி த்ரிணாய மேனே अस्मद्गुरोर्भगवतोऽस्य दयैकसिन्धोः रामानुजस्य चरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये। माता पिता युवतयस्तनया विभूतिः सर्वं यदेव नियमेन मदन्वयानाम् आद्यस्य नः कुलपतेर्वकुलाभिरामं श्रीमत्तदङ्घ्रियुगलं प्रणमामि मूर्धना। भूतं सरश्च महदाह्वयभट्टनाथ श्रीभक्तिसार कुलशेखर भक्तांग्रिरेणु परकाल यतीन्द्रमिश्रान् श्रीमत्पराङ्कुशमुनिं प्रणतोऽस्मि नित्यम्। श्रुतीनाम् उत्तरं भागं वेगवत्याश्च दक्षिणं कामात् अधिवसञ्जीयात् कश्चित् अद्भुतकेसरी तपन इंदु अग्निनयनः तापान् अपचिनोतु नः तापनीय रहस्यानां सारकामासि काहरिः आकण्ठमादि पुरुषं कंठीरवम् उपरिकुण्ठितारातिं वेगोपकण्ठ संगात् विमुक्त वैकुण्ठ बहुमतिमुपासे। बन्धुमखिलस्य जन्तोः बन्धुरपर्यङ्क बन्धरमणीयं विषम विलोचनमीडे वेगवती पुलिनकेळि नरसिंहं स्वस्थानेषु मरुद्गणान् नियमयन् स्वाधीन सर्वेन्द्रियः पर्यङ्क स्थिरधारणा प्रकटित प्रत्यङ्मुखावस्थितिः प्रायेण प्रणिपेदुषां प्रभुरसौ योगं निजं शिक्षयन् कामानातनुता अशेष जगतां कामासिका केसरी। विखस्वर नखस्वर रुधिर हिरण्य वक्षस्थली निरर्गल विनर्गल रुधिर सिंधु संध्यायिताः अवन्तु मदनासिका मनुज पंचवक्त्रस्य माम् अहं प्रथमिकामितः प्रकटिताः वा बहवः। सटा पटल भीषणे सरभस अट्टहासोद्भटे स्फुरत्कृधि परिस्फुटद्भ्रुकुटिकेऽपि वक्त्रे कृते कृपा कपटकेसरीन् दनुजडिम्ब दत्तस्तना सरोज सदृशादृशा व्यतिभिषज्यते व्यज्यते। त्वयि रक्षति रक्षकैः किमन्यैः त्वयि च अरक्षति रक्षकैः किमन्यैः इति निश्चित धीश्रयामि नित्यं नृहरे वेगवती तटाश्रयं त्वाम्। इत्थं स्तुतः सकृतिहाष्टभिरेशपद्यैः श्रीवेङ्कटेशरचितैस्त्रिदशेन्द्रवन्द्यः दुर्धान्तकोर दुरितद्विरदेन्द्रभेदी कामासिका नरहरिर्वितनोतु कामान्। नमः सदसे नमः सभायै। With the abundant blessings of Paramatma Shriyapati, we have gathered in this very hall, that is attached to the Guruvayurappan temple. At the outset, for this 1 month of June and some part of July, they have arranged about 10 lectures. 2 Mahavidwans have been ordained to speak in Kannada. ಈ ಪ್ರದೇಶದ ಭಾಷೆ ಕಸ್ತೂರಿ ಕನ್ನಡ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುವ ಈ ಭಾಷೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಭಾಷಣೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಉಪನ್ಯಾಸ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಈ ಭಾಷೆಗೆ ಮುಖ್ಯತ್ವ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಕಮಿಟಿಯವರು ஆக்ஞை கல்பிசிதாரே. ஏனைய 2 மகாவித்வான்களுக்கு தமிழில் உபன்யாசம் பண்ணணும்னு நிர்ணயம் பண்ணியிருக்கா. உமக்கு 2ம் வராது, அதனால நீ இங்கிலீஷில் பண்ணும் அப்படின்னு திவ்ய தேசம் கேள்விப்பட்டிருக்கோம். இது திவ்ய விதேசம், விதேசத்தை சார்ந்த ஒரு மொழியில் உபன்யாசம் பண்ண வேண்டும் என்பது ஆக்ஞை. ஸோ சின்ஸ் my language is neither going to be Kannada nor Tamil, the topic is Narasimha. Neither Nara nor Simha, right? So that is the topic. Second, when I had darshana of the Divyamangala Vigraha atop us of Sri Krishna Guruvayurappan, I was wondering as to why did I not choose to give Narayaniyam as a topic? Why did I give Narasimha Avataram? There are two reasons that I thought will fit the bill. One, I find about 16 pillars. So, Bhagavan wanted me to address an avatara that emerged from the pillar, quite momentous. It can be illustrative in approach as well. When Narasimha emerges from the pillar, I don't have to tell you how a pillar looks. So, you have quite a few pillars. So, we don't know from which pillar he's going to emerge. So, just beware and be careful. That said, the second reason, one of the paramparas that has nurtured the philosophy of Visishtadvaita and the theology of Sri Vaishnavism in the last 600 years plus has been Sri Ahobila Matham. And in Ahobila Matha, the Aradhana Devata is Malola Nrisimha. And today happens to be the Trinakshatram of the current Acharya, Prakritam Acharya, the 46th Pattam Sri Ranganatha Yatindra Mahadeshika, Vedanta Deshika Yatindra Katakshalabda, Trayantasara Manavadya Gunam Budagriam, Narayanat Yatidurya Kripa Abhishiktam, Sri Ranganatha Yatishekharam Ashrayamaha. It is his 71st Trinakshatram that is being celebrated in Sri Ahobila Matham. So the Acharya is called Alagiya Shingar. So he is the handsome lion. So that Acharya is celebrating his Trinakshatram today, and the Aradhana Devata is Nrisimha. And the primary reason is there are pillars that have given birth to Nrisimha. So even though it is a Sri Krishna Guruvayurappan temple, the topic which has been chosen for the day is very momentous, which is Nrisimha Avataram. I am extremely thankful to all the Astikas who, upon the request of the committee members, have made it a point to come on a Saturday evening. Drishyam 3 was released on the OTT yesterday. You know, it takes a lot of courage, bhakti and grit in you all to overcome Drishyam, and thank God I have to thank IPL. That is over. How many can I fight? So you have all made it a point to come on a Saturday evening. Extremely thankful to people across genders, castes, ages, and above all this can be broken from different parts of the city you have come. That requires a lot of patience. So thanks to that. That said, today is day 1 of the series. Today the topic chosen is Nrisimha Avataram. Tomorrow we will be having Sundara Kandam. So 2 consecutive days, 2 different topics. That said, though there are variety of Puranas that talk and speak about Nrisimha Avataram in detail, for us what matters largely is the description given in Srimad Bhagavata Mahapurana. Vishnu Purana also talks about Nrisimha Avataram. There is one Upapurana exclusively called Nrisimha Purana, which the Acharyas invoke. So there are very many Puranas that talk about Nrisimha Avataram, but Srimad Bhagavata Mahapuranam's Nrisimha Avataram is what that is oft narrated, read upon and elucidated to the audience. In such a beautiful, renovated, restored and refurbished marriage hall, we are going to witness Nrisimha Avataram, where in Srimad Bhagavatam, it has a Purva Pitika. It talks about a Prajapati called Kashyapaha. Pashyaka Kashyapo Bhavati is the Veda Vachanam. So this Prajapati called as Kashyapa had very many wives. One wife was Diti. There was another person called Aditi. Both these names invoke Sri Mahalakshmi. Aditim cha Ditim Deeptam Vasudham Vasudharinim Namami Kamalam Kantam Kshamam Kshiroda Sambhavam, says Lakshmi Ashtotram. So Aditi and Diti are the names of Sri Mahalakshmi. Those names were given by Daksha Prajapati to his daughters. They were all Dakshayanis in a way. If you are the daughter of Daksha, you are called Dakshayani. So a Dakshayani called Diti Devi was given in marriage to Kashyapa Prajapati. After very many years after their marriage, while she wanted to raise a family, have children, the husband showed no interest in maintaining a familial relationship to birth and raise children. So she goes to her husband saying, Yeshamam tvatkrite vidvan kamamata sharasanaha dunoti dinam vikramya rambham iva matangajaha. Like a elephant in a rut or rutted elephant is the one that has an intoxicating fluid that comes from the top of its mastaka. It desires the companion of its female counterpart. So such an elephant that has a liquid coming out called as Mata Jalam. That is why Andal says, Undu Mada Kalitran Vodada Tolvaliyan. Mata Kalitran, that which is full of energy. So she, as a female elephant, assuming for a moment that she is the female elephant in rut, she goes seeking the companionship of her husband Kashyapa. Rambhamiva matangajaha. While she tells Kashyapa that we need to come together to raise children, Kashyapa says, wait for some time. Somehow, with increasing population in Bharata and burgeoning population across metro cities, we need to wait or stand in the queue for some time. Everywhere. There is not a single place which is bereft of Homo sapiens. So, people asked, whenever I go to Chennai or Mumbai, sir, as a Bengaluru Vasi, how do you compare the metros about the population? I said, the Arabian Sea in Mumbai and the Bay of Bengal in Chennai have restricted their population growth to a semicircle. Whereas Bengaluru is a proper Dasharatha. It can grow in any direction. So you can touch Hyderabad on one corner, touch Hosur on the other, touch Mysore on one, and touch Bangarpet, Hoskote on the other. So it can grow like an octopus. So we need to stand in queue everywhere. Wait. Even if you go to a customer care, it will tell you at the end, after you click 1 for English, 2 to speak to an operator for the debit card, 3 to ensure that you have already given an access, 4th the identity check is done, 5th the voice will say you are 11th in the queue. So the husband said, wait for another hour, because the time that you have approached me with this request, or probably this aspiration to have children, is called Raudra Muhurtam. The time period at which you begin or continue work is extremely important, says our Jyotishya Shastram. We may not be able to follow this to the T in the current day life. Like how Jatayu told Rama that Sita has been abducted by Ravana in the Muhurta called Vinda. In the Vinda Muhurta, if somebody is abducted, that person or possession, if it's a possession, it has been stolen. If it is a person, the person has been abducted. If it is an object or a person who has been stolen or which has been abducted during the Vinda Muhurta, Jatayu says, do not worry Rama, will return to the person who owns it or lives with it. So a Muhurta determines the outcome. So here he says it is Raudra Muhurta when Mahadeva Shiva sits on Nandi and proceeds from Kailasha to the Bhasma Bhumi, which is the crematorium, where bodies are cremated and the ashes are collected by Shiva, applied all over his body, and then he dances. வடகையிலையில் முன்னாள் மாமுனி கருள் செய்த படித்தவராமல் தில்லை பதியில் வந்து தை மாதத்தில் குரு பூஷத்தில் பகல் நேரத்தில் தாம் தக்கிட்டத்தக்க ஜம் தக்கிட்டத்தக்க ஜம் வடகையிலையில் முன்னாள் மாமுனி கருள் செய்தபடி தவறாமல் தில்லை பதியில் வந்து தை மாதத்தில் குரு பூஷத்தில் பகல் நேரத்தில் தாம் தகிட்டத்தக்க ஜம் தகணம் தகதோம் தரிதை. So as he dances with the bhasma all over his body, this is the time when he leaves. Not a very auspicious muhurta for a work to begin. Wait. But she didn't wait. What will we do? We will cut the customer call immediately. If they say 11th in the queue, we will cut. Again we will call. Now we will be 28th. See, at times when we go to the toll plaza, we will take all the efforts to go to that particular counter where the vehicle can pass easily. But sadly, ours is a Shashtashtaka Jataka. The place where we go, the previous vehicle will have a problem. All other, have you experienced that? Athapi kamame tatte prajatyai karavanyalam yathamam nati vochanti muhurtam pratipalaya yesha ghoratama vela ghoranam ghoradarshana charanti yasyam bhutani bhutesha anucharanihi. He cautioned his wife, let us not come together now. If we end up coming together as a dampati, you may end up conceiving children who will be detrimental to the society. They will be anti-social elements. She said, it doesn't matter. So she has to bear the brunt. Now let's see how the outcome is. Bhavishyata tava bhadra vabhadre jatharadhamau. The husband was an obstetrician as well. So eventually when she conceived, he could find out that she is carrying twins. That is why you have got dvivachanam. Jatharadhamau adhamau. Very mean-minded children you will have. Lokan sarpalankaran strin chandi muhura krandayishyata. Very, very arrogant children you will produce. She said, this looks very bad now. I took a wrong decision. Kashyapa said, I had warned you. But what can you do now? She said, can't my children become good? He said, that is irreversible. Your children will be bad. But probably both of us can work together to do tapasya, to have a grandson, a grandchild who's extremely devoted. So he says, Vadham Bhagavata Sakshat Sunavo Badavahuna Savai Mahabhagavato Mahatma Mahanubhavo Mahatam Mahishtaha Pravriddha Bhaktya Hyanubhavita Shaye Niveshaya Vaikunthamimam Vihasyati. My dear wife Diti, do not worry. We will end up having a grandchild who's extremely devoted to Bhagavan. This we have to leave in a certain Parnashala, hermitage. Let us now cross-check what happened probably in the Yor, in Vaikuntha, Karya Vaikuntha. So it talks about Karya Vaikuntha, where it is said that Sanat Kumaras, they were 4 in number, they were a part of Brahma's earlier Srishti. See, when you make some batter in the house to end up cooking or producing some savories in your house, the first share of what you make will not turn out well the way you want. So that will be reserved for people inside the house. only in the second and the third part of you making those savories, it will turn out well. Same is the case with Brahma's Srishti. Brahma wanted children who will end up carrying forth the process of Srishti from him. Parents will want daughters and sons who eventually, when they grow up, will start paying electricity bills, property tax on their own, filing their own IT returns. But gone are those days. Now parents end up doing that for their own children as well. So here, Brahma wanted children who will carry forth the process of creation from him. But the first set was like our Bhakshanam. They were called Sanat Kumaras. They said, as they were born and raised, they said, we will not marry. So they were called Sanat Kumaras. They went place after place spreading the greatness of Bhagavan. So Brahma had to keep innovating to have many children later. That is why he had Daksha Prajapati, so on and so forth. So Sanat Kumaras always wanted to indulge in Bhagavad Bhakti. They wanted to have Darshana of Bhagavan in Karya Vaikuntham. So they all started to Karya Vaikuntham, and as they reached, the pair of Dwarapalakas were not briefed well. See, whenever in your apartment complex you have a security agency, first of all, the security person will keep changing. Every time if you're in an apartment complex, that person will ask whether you have a house here, whether you have a house here, because the security person is new, you are old. So generally the agency will have a supervisor that will call all their security persons, the personnel, and they will brief them. The briefing session will happen, what to do, what not to do, whom to pick up fight with, whom not to pick up fight with. They will be briefed. Here that briefing by Vishwaksena to the Dwarapalakas did not happen. It was meant for the next day. So the Dwarapalakas were not aware whom to let in and whom not to. Sanat Kumaras, whose only objective was to have darshan of Bhagavan and speak laurels of his greatness, reached Karya Vaikuntham. They saw Jaya and Vijaya. See, Vijaya makes it Strilingam. Vijaya, Jaya, Kurmadin Divyalokam Tadumanimayam Mantapam Tatrasesham Tasmin Dharmadipitam Taduparikamalam Chamaram Grahinischa is one of the invocatory verses for doing Shalagrama Aradhana. So there are various sets of Dwarapalakas. One set is Jaya and Vijaya, because like your apartment complex which will have 2-3 entrances, one entrance has Jaya and Vijaya. Sanat Kumaras went. For them generally it is the tag. What is that tag? RFID. No, what is that tag? That gate will open on its own. RFID. Okay. That gate will automatically open. For them, Sanat Kumaras, it was eye detection. The device will note of their eyes and the door will open. But somehow the software was not working that day. Everything that can go wrong went wrong. So the security personnel were not briefed. Eye scanning did not happen. So Sanat Kumaras go and stand. Jaya and Vijaya immediately say, show your passports. Especially in Delhi in the traffic, if someone is speeding, because someone will be speeding. And it is a norm for the police personnel to stop them and ask, तुम क्यों ऐसा जा रहे हो? Immediately they will realize, पता है कि मेरा बाप कौन है? So Sanat Kumaras too felt, पता है कि हमारा बाप कौन है? Brahma. We are all B Sanat Kumaras. So how dare you ask us? Jaya and Vijaya, they were not briefed. They didn't know that Sanat Kumara had permanent access. Their passports did not require visa on arrival at all. They can just go through. They didn't know. Vasanti yatra parushaha sarve vaikunthamurtayaha ye nimitta nimittena dharmena radhayan harim tadvama manushya paramasya vikuntha bhartuhu kartum prakrishtamih dhimahi mandadibhyam lokanito vajramananta bhavas drishtya papiyastraya ime vipavosya yatra. They got angry. They said, this has never happened to us in Karya Vaikuntham. Aisa kabhi nahi hua hai. Who are you both? They said, we are Jaya and Vijaya. We are Dwarapalakas. Dwarapalakudu. That is why there is a great Geya Natakam in Sangeeta Shastram called Prahlada Bhakti Vijayam. Idi Rachanam chesina varu Tyaga Brahmam. So Tyagaraja in Prahlada Bhakti Vijayam talks about Dwarapalakas. Vasudevayani Veddalinali Dauvari Kuni Kanade Dauvari Kudu Dauvari Kuni Kanade Shri Vasudeva Vasavadi Surapujitudai Vari Janayanu Matini Tala Chuchunu Vasudevayani. Now these Dwarapalakas were offended. Ye kya ho raha hai? Why aren't you taking our permission? Simple thing, it should have not occurred, but it occurred. What will ideally, whenever you hear a sound outside your house, the insiders will know that somebody has picked up fight from our house to the neighboring house. They will come out. Bhagavan could have come immediately out and sorted this issue. He should have said, sorry bolo, tum sorry bolo, shake hand karo, bas ho gaya. If Bhagavan had done that, today's topic would have been different. I have to speak on Narasimha Avataram. For that, Bhagavan should not come till the curse comes. Sanat Kumaras got angry and they said, this unfounded arrogance in the both of you, for no reason, is coming because you both feel that you have got the fortune of serving Bhagavan here. Because you are at proximity to Bhagavan, you think that you can speak to anyone the way you want. I hereby curse you. When I say I, as a group of 4, we curse you that you shall be away from this divine place, Karya Vaikuntham. You will be born on earth. Being born and on earth was a big punishment. We distribute sweets. Nam manenalli mommaga huttidan sir. Asha sweets tagoli, Mahalakshmi sweets tagoli. First of all, in that sweet there is sugar. See, that's another way. You can send that person back to Vaikuntham from where he has come. Sweets tagoli sir. Right. So here, they were pushed to earth. They said, you will be born. No. They were rattled. They saw, just for stopping one person at the gate, will you be cursed? They thought, itna chota sa mistake ke liye itna bada punishment. That is when slowly Bhagavan walked out from his serpent couch. He is like Indian police. After the incident is over, he will slowly come. Tadeta ajnaya bhavanaptaha sahaiva lakshmya bahiram bujaksha khageshwaram sarpitacharu bahur anandayam sthanabhirama murtya. This is a shlokam from Narayaniyam. Bhattatri says, Lakshmya bahirambujaksha. Bhagavan came with one hand on Lakshmi, the other hand on Garuda. Slowly he is walking like this. Bahir Ambujaksha, with lotus like eyes, with a lotus in his hand, with his hand on Lakshmi, who is Padma. So Lakshmi is Padma, Padmahasta, Padmakshi, Padmasundari, Padmodbhava, Padmamukhi. She is fully lotus incarnate. On her he has put his hand with a lotus in his fingers. He has got lotus petal like eyes. With the other hand on Garuda, he is coming. Sir, Garuda, he should sit on that and come, right? No. In certain occasions, you will sit on the cycle and cycle. In certain occasions, you will pull the cycle along. So he is coming along with Garuda like that. So he is coming. You know, I have to now first presume or assume what questions people will ask in the YouTube and then give answers to them. Then people will say, Yak sir, or kutkond barlilla? Yak kai hakond bandru? Right? Khageshwaram sarpitacharu bahur anandastana bhiramamurtya. Bhagavan came. He said, "Kya hua?" In that grape water advertisement, when the child cries, that grandmother will come and ask, "Kya hua?" Enna aachu? He asked. That is when they said, "Sir, we tried to come. These two Dwarapalaka stopped. They were very arrogant. We cursed." Dwarapalaka said, "We were doing our duty." Correct. See, it is very, very tough to apply Dharma Shastra homogeneously everywhere. When you look at a snake, a python, coiling on a fawn, you will feel sad for the fawn. You will feel very bad. And all you'll do. But what will the snake eat? See, if it doesn't eat the fawn, it cannot eat curd rice. Have you seen any snake eating curd rice? Tumba chennagide, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಉಪ್ಪಿಟ್ಟು ಹಾಕಿ. No. Snake is a non-vegetarian. That is how Bhagavad Srishti is. What is dharma for us may be adharma for the other. That is how the world is. We have to apply Dharma Shastram very carefully. Whenever we come to conclusions, that is why we cannot be judgmental about anyone.
ಪರಮ ಭಾಗವತ ಮೌನಿ ವರಸ ಶಿವಿಭಾಕರ ಸನಕ ಸನಂದನ ದೀಶ ಸುರ ಕಿಂ ಪುರುಷ ಕನಕ ಕಶಿಪು ಸುತ ನಾರದ ತುಂಬುರು ಪವನ ಸೂನು ಬಾಲಚಂದ್ರಧರ ಶುಕ ಸರೋಜ ಭವ ಭೂಸುರ ಬರುಲು ಪರಮ ಪಾವನುಲು ಘನುಲು ಶಾಶ್ವತುಲು ಕಮಲ ಭವ ಸುಖಮು ಸದಾನುಭವುಲು ಗಾಕ ಎಂದರೋ ಮಹಾನುಭಾವುಲು. As I'm speaking these divine lines of Sri Tyagaraja Swami, I've received the very divine Onavil of Thiruvananthapuram. This is going to be a grand, a mega Natya production titled Endaro Mahanubhavalu, a festoon of the devout. We have chosen the inspiring events from the lives of 14 Acharyas, Mahans, who have trod Bharata Bhumi. ದೊಡ್ಡಾಚಾರ್ಯ, ಆದಿಶಂಕರಾಚಾರ್ಯ, ವೇದಾಂತ ದೇಶಿಕ, ಮುತ್ತುಸ್ವಾಮಿ ದೀಕ್ಷಿತ, ಪೋತನ, ಜಯದೇವ, ಆಂಡಾಳ್, ಮೀರಾಬಾಯಿ, ಕಂಬನ್, ತಿರುಮಳಿಸೈ ಪಿರಾನ್, ಭದ್ರಾಚಲ ರಾಮದಾಸು, ಗೋಸ್ವಾಮಿ, ತುಳಸಿದಾಸ, ಪುರಂದರದಾಸ and Tukaram. We have strung it together into a beautiful dance production that is primarily Bharatanatyam based with movements of Odissi, Ghumar and Mohiniyattam, which is going to be multilingual as well, with lines chosen from Sanskritam, Marathi, Braj Bhasha, Rajasthani, Telugu, Kannada, Tamil, so many languages put together. I've had the opportunity to work with dancers, Natya gurus of great repertoire in the last 15 years. This is an opportunity for me to have curated the production, to have done the storyboard and narrate the production in English. The choreography is by the very famous revered Kalaimamani Srimati Anita Guha. The music is by the great grandson of Subramanya Bharati, a Sangeet Natak Academy awardee, Dr. Rajkumar Bharati, and the soundscape design is by Sri Sai Shravanam, one of the contributing engineers to the award-winning Life of Pi movie. We have all come together to present this grand production Endaro Mahanubhavalu in your city. On the 26th and on the 27th of September at the Prestige Center of Performing Arts in Bengaluru, we are presenting this production. On the 3rd and the 4th of October, we are doing it at the Naradagana Sabha in Chennai. On the 1st of November, we are doing it at the Fine Arts Society, Chembur in Mumbai. And on the 29th of November at Kamani Auditorium in Delhi. Tickets are flying off the shelves. Please be present, buy your tickets and be with your family to watch this, I would say, once in a lifetime event. We are extremely thankful to the title sponsor, to the event sponsor, to the associate sponsors, and to those hands who have supported us. To the all of you, thank you. To the all of you, Vandanamulu, please be present. Namaskar.
See, there is a shabdam called parivetta in Sanskritam. Kalidasa diligently uses this in Raghuvamsham. He says Bharata wanted to ensure that he doesn't become a parivetta. Parivetta in Dharma Shastra means if there are two sons born of a father, of the same mother or different mothers, if the younger one gets married and starts performing Agnihotra before the elder one, the younger one is called Parivetta. which is a dosha. It is a taboo. You are a pariveta. They will say, oh, you are a pariveta, you have left your older brother. This is dharma. But in Kali Yuga, there are many families where the elder one will say, I will never marry in my life. Then what will the younger one do? You cannot call him pariveta. He did not hasten. He waited for his older brother. Older brother did not get married. So it is very tough to apply Dharma Shastra homogeneously is what I am trying to say. Here Dwarapalaka said, sir, we were doing our duty. Why did they curse us? These people said, every time we come we are given entry. Why did they stop us? Now Bhagavan is the judge. What is the best way to evade judgment? You can say, I will pass it on to a two-judge bench. I won't tell anything. If there is something problematic, I will now appoint two-judge bench. Bhagavan did not evade. He said, first of all, both of you are in Karya Vaikuntha. None of you should have the quality called anger. How did you first get this? See, if we fight here in metro station, what is our assumption? Vaikuntha will be better. In Vaikuntha also, if we go and fight, then metro becomes Vaikuntha. This itself is allodreno bari jagadane aadtare sir avaru. ಏನು ಅವರು ನಾಯಿಬಾಲ್ ಡೊಂಕ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ವ, ಇವ್ರನ್ನ ಉದ್ಧರಣೆ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಯಾವತ್ತಿಗೋಸ್ಕರ ವೈಕುಂಠ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು? ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಈ ವ್ಯವಹಾರನೇ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಇರೋದು ರಾಜಾಜಿನಗರ, ಯಶವಂತಪುರ, ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ರೋಡ್, ಆಭೂಷಣ್ ಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಅಲ್ವೇ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ, ಇಸ್ಕಾನ್ ಇದೆ, ಹೋಟೆಲ್ ಇದೆ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ. Why should we go to Vaikuntha? Bhagavan said, both of you should have not got angry. This is not the way you both behave. He said, Sanat Kumara, you should have not done that. Sanat Kumara felt bad and they left. Now these Dwarapalakas said, what do we do? They have cursed us. Bhagavan said, see, I have to honor their words. You will be born, but now you choose whether you want to be devotees for many janmas, or do you want to oppose me vehemently in 3 janmas and come back to pavilion, Vaikuntha? Those two people said, room pottu yosikano. Time kudungochar. So both of them said, multiple births, we don't know how many births. You could be Trump's grandson. Then Melania will be your grandmother. Or if you want to move further east, we are very good friends with Melanie. Right? Melanie with Melody. Right? So that she will become your grandmother. Don't ask her for a photo. She is very sad. So, or if you want a big muscle power but not expressive eyes, go to Xi Jinping. You could be Xi Jinping's grandson. Right? So, multiple births. These two people said, aisa nahi ho sakta, we have to take 3 births. It doesn't matter if we vehemently oppose them. So what, we may be in Gopalapuram. So I have to keep opposing Bhagavan. I have to speak against him in whether our family members go to our temples or not. We have to keep opposing. This is called Samrambha Yogam. We will keep opposing Bhagavan. That is why it is believed by our rishis that these two, Jaya and Vijaya, became Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, subsequently Ravana and Kumbhakarna, and later Shishupala and Dantavakra. So these are the names that we have. Now, when Bhagavan said, okay, now you have chosen, you have to oppose me well. See, whatever job you do, you have to do well. So Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu took it upon themselves. So these Jaya and Vijaya were the 2 sons born to Diti Devi. Now you are able to connect that around 5:20 time and now whatever time, 5:35. Connection ho gaya? Now we have to go to the 7th canto. See, I am telling you Bhagavatam from different cantos. Now we have to go to Narasimha canto. How does this begin? Now we have to go back to Krishna Avataram. You are confusing, sir. First Sanat Kumaras were cursed. Then Diti spoke to Kashyapa. Now why Krishna Avataram? Because Bhagavatam itself is a narration that happens between Parikshit, Abhimanyu's son, Arjuna's grandson, Pandu's great-grandson, with Shuka, who is the son of Vyasa, grandson of Parashara, great-grandson of Shakti, great-great-grandson of Vasishtha. So 2 great paramparas are talking during Krishna Avataram. Parikshit will ask pertinent questions. Then only he will get the right reply. See, Shuka is like AI. Like Grantha Chatushtayam, Purushartha Chatushtayam, you have AI Chatushtayam, Gemini, Grok, Ask Perplexity, and OpenAI. You got 4, right? So you ask. But AI is something, the way you ask, it will give you the reply. So the questioning is extremely important. AI will give you. I said, give me a picture of Krishna and Balarama playing. It gave me in proper this Ronaldo shorts, t-shirt, it is written Krishna over it. I said Krishna and Balarama of that yuga. Then it immediately changed. I asked, AI, is this the way you can talk to AI? You can scold AI. The only thing is AI will keep telling sorry. It knows Sharanagati so well. Never AI will fight with you. You notice, AI will say, yes, it is my mistake. Nanedan ayiduga. It knows Tirupavai very well. So it will say, yes, I confused. I made a mistake. Whatever qualities we are supposed to have, we have shifted that to AI. Now, Parikshit asks, Samapriya Suhrid Brahman Bhutanam Bhagavan Swayam Indrasyarthe Katam Daityan Avadhid Vishamo Yatha. So he asks, just now, my dear Shuka, you told that Krishna narrated Bhagavad Gita. Krishna recited Bhagavad Gita. When I say recited, that is the wrong word. Krishna sang. It is Bhagavad Gita. Gita, music. And second thing, he did not recite it in its entirety. It was a compilation of Arjuna's questions and Krishna's answers. Today the only difference is Arjuna asked there. Today Arjuna's grandson Parikshit is asking. So it is a compilation of questions and answers. Arjuna uvacha, Bhagavan uvacha. At one point in time, Bhagavan says, Samoham sarva bhuteshu. Everybody is equal to me. See, he doesn't see any disparity. For us, we always say, oh, this particular restaurant has 4.5 stars. If you eat dahi batata puri there, it is tasty. This doesn't. See, for everything we make a comparison. Doctors also. We go immediately check on practo.com whether to go to this doctor, what are the reviews, whether if we go to this doctor, whether we'll return. Some doctors are Vaikuntaloka Manimantapa Margadai. Right? We keep checking. For doctors, Vaidya, we do review. For eating, we do review. If we have to go and stay in a hotel, you do review. You have to join a university, you do review. So we view the world with disparity. We say this hotel is better than the other. This bank service is better than the other. So we make comparisons. And the world also looks at us with disparity. Oh, this person speaks well, this person doesn't speak well. That artist has started singing well, this artist's voice has gone. We too make comparisons. But for Bhagavan, there is no difference. How is the difference not there? The Jivatman inside an ant and the Jivatman in Brahma, Chaturmukha Brahma, Bhagavan treats both equally. It is very tough to imagine this. But you may say, no sir, Bhagavan talks to Brahma. Does he talk to the ant? He may not be talking. But talking doesn't make us believe that he likes Brahma more. Who says this? If I say, you can disagree. Tyagaraja says, Chimalo Brahmalo Shiva Keshava Dulalo Prema Mire Mereguchundi Viduva Kunato Mata Sita Rama Nannu Brovara Chimalo Brahmalo. ఈ విషయం బ్రహ్మాండ పురాణ అంతర్గతమైన లలితా సహస్రనామంలో ఆ బ్రహ్మకీట జనని వర్ణాశ్రమ విధాయిని, ఆ బ్రహ్మకీట జనని, చీమలో బ్రహ్మలో. సో భగవాన్ టెల్స్ అర్జున, ఐ ట్రీట్ ఎవ్రీ వన్ ఈక్వలీ. బట్ Parikshit has a question. Sir, you said that Krishna treats everyone equally. Shuka said, हाँ वैसा ही है. समः प्रिय सुहृद ब्रह्मन् भूतानां भगवान स्वयं. But Shuka's question was, Parikshit's question was, Indrasyarthe katham daityan. For the sake of the devas, he ended up killing Hiranyakashipu and cuddling and embracing Prahlada. If Prahlada and Hiranyakashipu, who are a part of Bhagavan's Srishti, are equal in his eyes, why is the treatment different? See what he should have done? He should have called Hiranyakashipu and said, तुम क्यों इसको इतना तंग कर रहे हो? Sorry Chollu. This is how he should have advised. He tore open Hiranyakashipu and with the same hands drenched in blood, he starts cuddling Prahlada and says, come and sit here. Look at Prahlada's position. Father's dead body is lying on one lap. He has to go and sit on the other. Now Parikshit's question is, this is a serious violation of his line which says that I'm equal to all. First of all, is this right? How did this happen? One simple question is enough for Shuka to give about 2000 shlokas. He starts telling what all happened. What does he say? He says that first of all, when someone asks you a question, I'm sure there are parents, grandparents. How many of you are grandparents? How many of you are parents? How many of you are to-be parents? How many of you are never planning to be parents? Looking at the lessons learnt. See, we have so many. Now, I'm sure when you have children who are born after 2000s, because every generation has a name, I'm not very sure of the names. There's something called Z, Gen Z, there is something called millennials before that. Then there is Alpha. Alpha is there. Beta has not come. Beta has also come. Okay. So all whatever we have learnt in chemistry, alpha, beta, gamma, and benzene, you have to take all these positions, right? So in the last 30 years, I can tell you 30 plus years, if you have seen children being born in your family, raised in your family in the last 30 years, you would have noticed a significant change in the way they see this world. They believe that nothing can go unquestioned. That is their thought. Whether it is right or wrong, whether it is relevant, irrelevant, that is a different thing. They feel that they have the right to question. Let us take that positively. They are in the right religion. If they believe they have the right to question, they are fortunate enough to be in the right religion. Because our full Puranas is only full of questions. This person will ask the other person another question. Nobody can go unescaped in Sanatana Dharma. So here there are a set of questions. One question is this. Now when I spoke about the younger generation and questions, first of all, how do we deal with this? You are easily telling they ask questions, it is to be appreciated. Only when you are in the listening position, you will know how tough it is. Because they ask questions for everything. Right? For everything, and we are not geniuses. We won't have, are we sarvagnyas to have answer to everything? First of all, we won't even understand the question. Leave alone the answer. So to conduct a vivaha in your family is a challenging task. First question, why should the girl wear the Mangalya Sutra and not the boy? Have you heard of this question? Second, why should the girl be given as in charity, dhanam, while a boy is not being given? Right? Boy can also be given. Now Suresh's hands will be held by the parents and Suresh has to be given to Akila. Why only Akila has to be given to Suresh? Second, why is it, one person wrote a mail to me, they said you have to speak in our daughter's marriage. They said how fast can it get over? I said I am not the priest. I will talk to the Vadyar. The Vadyar said minimum, see from 5 days of continuous marriage, we have come down to 2 to 1.5, now to 2 hours. The girl, then the parents said, sir, you come and speak. Then the girl wrote a mail to me. I don't think I will be able to spare 2 hours. Can you do it in 1 hour? So I said, we don't have to do that 1 hour also. Why do you have to move your Saukumarya Sharira from the country where you move? Because 22 hours you have to travel in Lufthansa to conduct this marriage. So youngsters have a variety of questions. How do we deal with this? First, parents have to come for lectures. Parents, grandparents have to come so that you are equipped. Second, whenever a person questions you, appreciate both the question and the person who's asking the question. You say, बहुत अच्छा सवाल है. I'm so happy that you asked it. It will be a waste question. Even then you have to tell. First, always praise the opposite person. எப்படி கேள்வி கேட்கிறே, என்னமோ கேள்வி கேட்கிறே, எப்படி இப்படி உங்க பரம்பரையிலேயே இப்படிதானா, இப்படிலாம் கேட்டுட்டேன். They will be happy. Here, Samapriya Suhrid Brahman. Parikshit asked this question. Shuka said, I'm so happy that you asked this question because the same question was asked by the eldest brother of your grandfather. Who's the grandfather? Who is Parikshit's father? Abhimanyu. Abhimanyu's father? Arjuna's eldest brother? Yudhishthira. Now don't bring Karna here. They will get over intelligent. Karna hai sir. No. Yudhishthira. Yudhishthira had asked this. When did he ask? Now Parikshit was enamored. See, Parikshit was very angry initially. He said, Samapriya Suhur Brahman Bhutanam Bhagavan Swayam Indrasyarte Katham Daityan. If Bhagavan says he treats everyone equally, how could he tear open Hiranyakashipu and cuddle Prahlada? He was very angry, agitated. So now Shuka said, same question. Your grandfather's eldest brother asked. Now he was elated. Parikshit, oh, ye parampara question hai. So he said, in what context did he ask? That is when he said, when the eldest brother of your grandfather, who is also a grandfather to you, in Tamil we call him Periya Tata. So this Periya Tata, Doddajja, whichever you want to take. So he was doing Rajasuya Yajna in Indraprastha. So all the kings, the who's who of the Rajyas were invited. Krishna too attended. Bhishma attended. The Panchapandavas were the hosts. That is when Shishupala stopped Krishna from getting the Agra Puja done, which is the foremost of the respects to be accorded. Mudal Maryadai. When this was being accorded to Krishna, Shishupala opposed this tooth and nail. He said, this man in his younger days has 6 FIRs. He used to lie. He used to steal butter. He used to speak to the women in the neighborhood, call them with all love, would hold the hands of the women there while they keep looking at his beautiful, charming eyes. He will slowly take their bangles and go. Pillangoviya cheluva Krishnana yelli nodidiri. He is the beloved of the Gopikas Stris, but used to steal their jewelry. He used to break open their pots and used to steal butter. He is an abactor. He used to steal cows and calves. When children were supposed to be listening to their parents, in the middle of the night, this boy used to go and dance with the women folk with the nectarine rays of the moon falling on them, called Rasa Krida. How dare you give respects to him? That is when Bhishma defended. He said, no, this man requires all respects. And Shishupala started opposing. And towards the 100th abuse, Vishnu's Sudarshana Chakra, Krishna's Sudarshana Chakra, did its job of beheading Shishupala. So, after a long time, after many ordeals that he had faced in his life, Yudhishthira was finally doing Grahapravesha. In that, one crime scene happened. Shishupala's head went one side, body went one side, blood splashed, forensics team came, They started drawing one with the help of a chalk outside his body. They started collecting blood samples. So from to the outsider, they didn't know whether they had come to a crime scene or a Griha Pravesha. After everybody had left, Yudhishthira asked a question to Narada. Yudhishthira said, see, Krishna is very close to us. He loves us. But I know, Narada Maharishi, that he is Paramatma. If he is the Paramatma, which I know and you know, a Paramatma is the one who treats everyone equally. Why does he treat us with love? And why does he show hatred to Shishupala? So the same question that Parikshita asked, his Dottajja also asked. Now, Shuka tells, I told you what your grandfather asked. I will tell you what Narada said. Gopyaha kamad bhayat kamsaha dvesha chaidyodayo nripaha sambandhat vrishnaya snehat yuyam bhaktya vayam vibho. There are various ways to reach Paramatma, my dear Yudhishthira. It depends on what is your ability and which path you choose. In the cab aggregator apps, if you wish to use their vehicle, their driver's service, to go from point A, the place where you stay, to point B, where you wish to reach, it will first locate your location first. It will say, can I access your mobile? Okay, access. It will first fix your position. Point A. Prapyasya brahmanorupam praptuscha pratyagatmanaha. It will then tell you to which point you want to go. Rajaji Nagar, Uttara Guruvayurappan temple. Immediately it will show you various modes. It will say Prime, Prime Plus, Uber. All this it will give you. Whether you want to go in Chatushchakra Vahanam or Trichakra Vahanam, it will ask. Or whether you want to go as a rider behind the Sarathi, it will ask. Then it will tell you, if it will show you the route. Initially, when you check on the maps, it will tell you if you go by this route, there is toll. In this route, you don't have to go through the nice road. You don't have to pay. But time taken will be more. So it will tell you what are the impediments. It will tell you what are the ways to reach. All this will be told by the app. Similarly, for a Jivatman to reach Paramatman, there are various ways. Gopyaha kamat. Narada says, Gopyaha kamat. Gopikas reached Bhagavan through kamat, love. They had sheer love for him. They never tied Rakhi and all for him. Gopyaha kamat. They loved him. Bhayat kamsaha. Kamsa too reached Bhagavan, it seems, but through fear. See, from that day, he heard the ethereal voice which said that the 8th Garbham will be your Maranakaram. He lost sleep. Whatever medicines he took were ineffective. He never had sleep. Kanjan vayitil neruppenna nindra nedumale. He never slept. Bhayat kamsaha. Kamsa too reached Bhagavan through bhayam. Dveshat chaidyaha. This chaidya, Chedidesha Raja, Damagosha son Shishupala, has reached to dvesham. Disgust. You know, there is a different word, not exactly the word, prejudice. In English, prejudice suggests that feeling where you like or dislike a person for no reason. Tamil சொல்லுவோம் அவரை பார்த்தாலே பிடிக்கல. ஏன் என்ன பண்ணார் என்னவோ முதல்லேந்தே அவரை பிடிக்கல. You don't need a reason. That is prejudice. Dveshat chaidyaha. Rightfully, Krishna did not hurt Shishupala at all. In fact, he removed his deformities. When Shishupala was born, he had 4 hands and 3 eyes. No school will give admission. Right? Then in half an hour, he'll complete the paper. One hand will write one paper, the other hand will write. So he had only 4. So 2 were taken by Krishna. Third, he has helped Shishupala, but Shishupala somehow did not like Krishna. And incidents too occurred in a way. So, in Shishupala's life, one major incident which occurred was kidnapping of Rukmini. That too Krishna never in. She wrote one letter. So Shishupala had disgust, but he reached Bhagavan. Some of them in Tamil Nadu are relying on this. You will reach Bhagavan, you keep hating, you will reach. Dveshat Chaidyaha. Dayon Nripaha Sambandhat Vrishnayahas. Vrishnis were Sambandhis, they were related. Yuyam Bhaktya Vayam Vibho. But for you, my Yudhishthira, and for me, the only resort is Bhakti. So this answer that was given by Narada to Yudhishthira was cited by Shuka to Parikshit in the 7th canto. Then Parikshit said, Ye acha lag raha hai. Now you begin. How did it begin? It has to begin with some incident. Opening scene. Dead body of Hiranyaksha comes. I told you 2 brothers, right? You remember? Around 540. I told you Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu. That Hiranyaksha is dead. How did he die? That is another topic. Varaha Avataram. For now, you have to assume he is dead. His body, mutilated body has come. Immediately people start crying, oh, what a great anti-social element we have lost. हमें तंग करने के लिए और कौन है? One major person we have lost. His wife, Rusha Bhanu, his mother, Diti Devi, they all cry. Hiranyakashipu goes and says, my dear mother, and my dear sister-in-law, Atma can never be buried. It can never be cut. It doesn't feel the thirst. It doesn't feel it can never be chopped into pieces. Atma is indivisible. Atma is permanent. Atma is eternal. It is only the body which is impermanent. For a second you have to assume, who is saying this? Hiranyakashipu. Sir, avange ishtu gotta? Gottu, he is Kashyapa's son. He is a Kashyapa. How many of you have Kashyapa in your Gotram or Pravaram? You are all related. See, he is also a Kashyapa's son. See, whenever we listen to an Asura or a Rakshasa, we often think they are all from another planet. Aur bere grahadinda bundada sarudo. Are Ravana is Pulastya's grandson, Vishrava's son, Brahmana. In fact, Rama killing Brahmana, Brahmin associations should do one protest. Ramaru, Brahman, anti-Brahminry avuru. We don't. Because it doesn't matter to which varna or caste you belong to. If you are committed a crime, crime is a crime. That's all, you are a criminal. हमारे कम्युनिटी को क्यों टारगेट कर रहे हैं? गलत होगा तो टारगेट करना है. You should not see, mistake is a mistake. Kutram kutrame. Kashyapa he is a Kashyapa. He is of Kashyapa. Hiranyakashipu. He learnt Vedas very well. That is why he knew about Atma Shariram. Yesha Atma Viparya. So this is called Hiranyakashipu Gita. Yesha Atma Viparya. So Hyallinge Linga Bhavana. Yesha Priya Apriya Iryogo Viyogaha Karma Samsritihi. Sambhavascha Vinashascha Shokascha Vividhasmritaha. Avivekascha Chintacha Viveka Smritirevacha. Sir, such a knowledgeable person, he is advising his own mother. He is telling, don't cry. What has gone is only Shariram, not the Atma. But in a few minutes, he starts shouting, how dare Vishnu kill my brother Hiranyaksha? I am going to kill. Kyun aisa hota hai? Mood swing. See, we too are like Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipus only. We should not think we are all some noble Paramabhagavata Mauni. Why didn't Tyagaraja sing my name? Paramabhagavata Mauni Varashashi Vibhakara Sanaka Sanandana Disha Surakim Purusha Kanaka Kashipu Sutanarada Tumburu Pavana Sunu Bala Chandra Darashuka Saroja Bhava Bhusura Varulu Paramapavanulu Ganulu Shashvatulu Kamala Bhava Sukamu Sadanu Bhavulu Gakayandato Mahanu Bhavulu. In that list, he should have put my name also. We feel we are nowhere close to being a devotee. See, a Parama Bhakta, we are going to see Prahlada. His father is ready to chop him. Sorrugu potu. If my father had done that, I would have immediately said, Hiranyakashapave Namaha. Why will I die? See, let us be practical. We should be practical. Will we, if somebody holds us, Illa, na Narayana Namanne heltini and all, we will not do. That is why he is a Bhagavata and we are not. Because for us, our safety matters. For Prahlada, Bhagavan Nama mattered. He said, so what if I die? We don't get that, right? We insure our car, we insure us, we insure our house. Everything, even when we go for 4 days international travel insurance. See, we are worried about our safety. Prahlada was not bothered. So Hiranyakashipu, when he speaks so sensibly at one point in time and then turns absolutely illogical and senseless, we should put ourselves in Hiranyakashipu's shoes. Kute hite Vishnu. He said, that puzzling man, that person, I am going to attack him. For that, what he should do? He said, I have to do a lot of tapas. So he went, and as he was leaving, his wife called Kayadhu. Earlier I told you Hiranyaksha's wife. You remember? Around 555 I told you. What is her name? Rushabhanu. That is Hiranyaksha's wife. He consoled her, convinced her, and then went to his wife Kayadhu. Kayadhu said, I know you're mourning for your brother's loss. But look at this. She showed the pregnancy strip. It had 2 red lines. She was pregnant. She said, मैं pregnant हूँ Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu said, that's wonderful news. He said, but I can't accompany you to the obstetrician. Checkup के लिए मैं नहीं आ सकता because now I'm going on an on-site project. What on-site, sir? Yav on-site project? He said, I'm going to do tapasya towards Brahma. Because to fight Vishnu, I need power. I have to charge myself. So I'm going to do. So he said, go. Kayadhu said, I will wait for you. Vaidehi kathirindal. Naan kathirukka matena. Kayadhum kathirindal. So she left. So she stayed and he left. Now he started praying to Brahma. Now first let's complete Hiranyakashipu's chapter. As he was meditating on Brahma, Brahma appeared. See, in all our Puranas, immediately Brahma will appear. He is an Ashutoshi. Immediately he'll come. Brahma said, you seem to be performing intense tapasya, Hiranyakashipu. What do you want? He said, I should not die. Most of these asuras, they will have this as the first line. I should not die, I should not die. And standard Brahma will give one reply. I cannot give. Why? Because Brahma says, only when you possess something that is unique, can you even think of parting with it. அம்மா கிட்ட போய் பொண்ணு கேட்கறது, நீ 8 கல் பேசரி வச்சிருந்தியே குடு, என்கிட்ட இருந்தா தானே டி. Only if I have the diamond no stud, will I be able to give you. The daughter goes and asks confidently, give me your diamond stud. Mother says, where do I have? Only when you have, you can part with it. Brahma said, only when I am bestowed with that immortality, can I bestow on you. I am myself not immortal. क्या बता रहे हैं ब्रह्मा जी आप? So that is when Brahma said, see, Bhagavan Paramatma changes me. In this kalpam, I am the Brahma. Next, some other Brahma will come. Brahma keeps changing. That is why we say, Adya Brahmanaha. Adya is first. Adya is now. Current some Brahma is there. Brahma, if you do 1000 Ashwamedha Yagas, 100 Ashwamedha Yagas, you become Indra, 1000 Brahma. That's all. Benchmark is different. So he said, how can I bestow immortality? Aisa mat pucho Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu said, then what do I ask? Ask this in a different way. I keep telling, in engineering, whichever you have studied engineering, whichever discipline, there is a course called optimization. In optimization, they will give you constraints and you have to optimize. You have to come to a solution. Hiranyakashipu sought immortality, he didn't get. So he asked this in a different way. He thought he could win over death intelligently. Nantar bahir diva naktamanyasmadapi cha yudhaihi. I should not die during the day. 6 p.m. tanka marana illa. 6 PM ಆದ್ಮೇಲೇನೂ ಮರಣ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ನೈಟ್ ಬಿಗಿನ್ಸ್. Brahma said, not during the day, nor during the night. He said, for now I will say okay, theek hai. One tick he gave. Cha ayudhaihi, I should not be killed by any object that is insentient. AK-47, nothing. If you shoot at with AK-47 at Hiranyakashipu, he should be happily like standing like this. Because inanimate object can cause no harm. You take a bomb, nothing. Hiranyakashipu will be fine. Nor by anything that has life. If you throw a king cobra at him, even if the king cobra bites, cobra should die. He will not die. So neither through an animate or inanimate object. Brahma was slightly started sweating. Second tick. Na bhumau na ambare. Not on bhumi, not on akasha. All this is space. Not on bhumi. So nowhere he can die. Because there is space everywhere. Mrityur nair narairna mrigairapi. Nor through an animal. At about 4 a.m. You are living in a layout in Bangalore. 4 a.m. you have to start from your house to the airport. There is silence everywhere. That time a pack of dogs will come and look at you. Right? Of course, they are all good. They will not bite with unprovoked. All that is fine. But you will feel the fear. 9 of them will come. I don't know. One day you might have heard them. They will remember. So, Hiranyakashipu cannot be killed by any animal. Leave the dogs, lion, whichever animal. Crocodile also, if you put crocodile, it has to sleep with him. You have to cuddle and sleep. Crocodile can do no harm to him. Komodo dragon, nothing. Na narairapi. No human can cause any harm. Human has to sign a peace deal with him. Thank you for your attention to this matter. You will begin the war and you will yourself conclude the war. So he said humans cannot cause. Brahma, now imagine Brahma's position. See, if you are an employee in an organization, you should know your limitations. Now he ends up giving boons. Tomorrow he may get a pink slip. Now Brahma is worried. Vyasurbhirva subhirva surasura mahoragaihi. Nobody belonging to the Deva clan, Asura clan, Daitya clan, Gandharva clan, Yaksha clan, Kinnara clan, nothing, nobody can do it. Apratidvandvatam yuddhe aikapatyam cha dehinam sarvesham lokapalanam mahimanam yathatmanah tapoyoga prabhavanam yannarishyati karhichit.
परम भागवत मौनि वरस शिविभाकर सनक सनंदन दीश सुर किं पुरुष कनक कशिपु सुत नारद तुम्बुरु पवन सूनु बालचंद्रधर शुक सरोज भव भूसुर वरुलु परम पावनुलु घनुलु शाश्वतुलु कमल भव सुखमु सदानुभवुलु गयंदरो महानुभावुलु. As I'm speaking these divine lines of Sri Tyagaraja Swami, I've received the very divine Onavil of Thiruvananthapuram. This is going to be a grand, mega Natya production titled Endaro Mahanubhavulu, a festoon of the devout. We have chosen the inspiring events from the lives of 14 Acharyas, Mahans, who have trod Bharata Bhumi. Doddacharya, Adishankaracharya, Vedanta Deshika, Muthuswami Dikshita, Potana, Jayadeva, Andal, Mirabai, Kamban, Tirumalizai Piran, Bhadrachala, Ramadasu, Goswami, Tulasidasa, Purandaradasa and Tukara. We have strung it together into a beautiful dance production that is primarily Bharatanatyam based with movements of Odissi, Ghumar and Mohiniyattam, which is going to be multilingual as well with lines chosen from Sanskritam, Marathi, Brajbhasha, Rajasthani, Telugu, Kannada, Tamil, so many languages put together. I've had the opportunity to work with dancers, Natya gurus of great repertoire in the last 15 years. This is an opportunity for me to have curated the production, to have done the storyboard and narrate the production in English. The choreography is by the very famous, revered Kalaimamani Srimati Anita Guha. The music is by the great-grandson of Subramanya Bharati, a Sangeet Natak Academy awardee, Dr. Rajkumar Bharati. And the soundscape design is by Sri Sai Shravanam, one of the contributing engineers to the award-winning Life of Pi movie. We have all come together to present this grand production Endaro Mahanubhavalu in your city. On the 26th and on the 27th of September at the Prestige Center of Performing Arts in Bengaluru, we are presenting this production. On the 3rd and the 4th of October, we are doing it at the Naradagana Sabha in Chennai. On the 1st of November, we are doing it at the Fine Arts Society Chembur in Mumbai. And on the 29th of November at Kamani Auditorium in Delhi. Tickets are flying off the shelves. Please be present, buy your tickets and be with your family to watch this, I would say, once in a lifetime event. We are extremely thankful to the title sponsor, to the event sponsor, to the associate sponsors, and to those hands who have supported us. To the all of you, thank you. To the all of you, Vandanamulu, please be present. Namaskar.
Brahma said, I will have this job. Job nahi jayega. Congratulations, and he left. Yadi dasyasya bhimatan varan me varadottama bhutebhyastvadbhisrishtebhyah mrityurma bhoon mama prabho. Mama prabho, I should not die by anyone who has been created. So someone, he believed that everything around was created by Brahma. This is where he didn't attend his father's classes fully. 2-3 ದಿವಸ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಸಿ. ಹೆಂಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗತ್ತೆ? ವೆನ್ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ ಸೇಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ವೇದಂ ಬಹುಸ್ಯಾಂ ಪ್ರಜಾಯೇಯೇತಿ, ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಮೆನಿ, ದಟ್ ಮೆನಿ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಸಿ, ಬಟ್ ಹೀ ಇಸ್ ದಟ್ ಐ. ಹೀ ಇಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಅನುಪ್ರವಿಶ್ಯ ಅಂತರ್ಬಹಿಶ್ಚ ತತ್ಸರ್ವಂ ವ್ಯಾಪ್ಯ ನಾರಾಯಣ ಸ್ಥಿತಃ. He saw only the ರೂಪ, not the ಸ್ವರೂಪ. He saw what is outer, the sharira, not the shariri. Now let us now come to, he has got the boon, whatever he wanted, he got. Now let us come to Kayadhu. We have to go back a few months back, before when Kayadhu said Tata, Hiranyakashipu left. Indra came and abducted Kayadhu. Indra is very, very experienced in kidnapping. Either a horse, something he will do. He came and abducted Kayadhu. He put some kerchiefs, that spray. She fainted, and then he was taking her in the 4-tusked elephant Airavata. That day, incidentally, Narada was passing by that place. He looked at the Airavata, the 4-tusked elephant, then he saw Indra, some lady. Idu Shachi Devi alve. Idu Shachi Devi alva gurugale. Idu Hiranyakashipu patni Kayadhu enno hesaru. Why are you taking her? Illa gurugale, she is pregnant. New newspaper odilve. She is pregnant. She is pregnant with Hiranyakashipu's child. How can I let the fetus survive? As such, the father is causing so much of turmoil and mayhem. We should not let this fetus survive. Magano magalo avantarane irtaralva. Narada said, you or I have no right to judge the unborn child's future and nature. It is not in our hands. If only the father or the mother's qualities determine the outcome in the child, then your father was a good person, Indra. Nin tande ಒಳ್ಳೆಯವರಲ್ವೇ? Indra did not understand. Slow, tube light. So he said, this is wrong. I will give surety. I will give you surety. I will take her to my ashrama, ensure the child is the best. Project tara tagotini. Operation. Bhejo. Indra said, okay, you take. Now she was taken to Narada's ashrama. Now slowly in Narada's ashrama, she regained consciousness. She did not know about this conversation. Main kahan hu? Then Narada sent the nurses and said, आप नारद महर्षि के आश्रम में हैं, ಔಟರ್ ರಿಂಗ್ ರೋಡ್, ಸಿಲ್ಕ್ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಜಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಹತ್ರ. ಹೊರಗಡೆನೇ ಹೋಗೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಯು ಆರ್ ಟೈಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ಏಜಸ್ ಟುಗೆದರ್ ಟಿಲ್ ಯು ಬರ್ತ್ ಯುವರ್ ಚೈಲ್ಡ್. ಇದೇ ಕ್ಲೌಡ್ 9 ಮದರ್ಹುಡ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲೇ. So that is when she said, how will I spend my time? That is when Bhagavatam has a moral for us. What is the takeaway message? People will ask, what is the takeaway message? Bari prasada ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ sir. Takeaway message ಇರಬೇಕಲ್ವಾ? Takeaway prasada ಜೊತೆ. Takeaway message. We oft assume that knowledge will come on its own. We will all sit under a tree. Suddenly there will be a light. And the light we see. And then it will come. Nothing will like this. See, knowledge has to be acquired. You have to work very hard to gain. Don't go by all these VFX. Sir, how marad ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರು ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಲೈಟ್ ಬಂತು. Now light will come. You have to work, study, listen, read, write. You have to do everything and remember. So, here he said, this is the best message. What is the best message? The best message is, do not leave the gestation period. Imagine your daughter or daughter-in-law or granddaughter or whoever in your house. Somebody is pregnant. Ensure and tell them, see, the gynecologists, the obstetricians will guide them, take folic acid tablets, iron tablets, come for a checkup, we will see if there is autism, Down syndrome, all that they will do. Do that, follow what your doctors say. I am not even questioning there, but even obstetricians advise, especially from the second trimester, listen to something which is very, very pleasing to your ears. They say, you ask any obstetrician, I've checked with many. Whenever I go, if someone says they are a doctor, I will ask 10 questions. Science agrees. The mother has to listen. See, that influences you a lot. What you listen and what you are around is what you are. So, she started listening to what? Narada's pravachanas. But what is the greatness of that pravachanam? She was the only one in the audience. ಹೆಂಗಿರತ್ತೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಇನ್ ದಿ ಎಂಟೈರ್ ಹಾಲ್ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಒನ್. ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡೇ ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಪಾಪ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಈ ಥರ ಮಾಡೋ ಕೂಡ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಏನು ಸರ್ ನನ್ನೇ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ಶಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು, ಬಟ್ ಶಿ ವಾಸ್ ಅನ್ಡಿಟರ್ಡ್. She used to be served good food, and after good food she used to listen. So automatically sleep. Many lectures, you're all very active. In some lectures, first row, ningella nallava. Fully they would have gone sleeping, and snore will also come. That is a bit too much, alva. Am I such a bad storyteller? Now, so here, she used to sleep. But our Sishtachara Parampara, Bhagavatam doesn't record. Sishtachara Parampara says that the fetus did not. The mother slept, the child did not. The fetus, it is not a child. Technically, you should not call it a child, fetus. Kashtadallirali, ಉತ್ಕೃಷ್ಟದಲ್ಲಿರಲಿ, ಎಷ್ಟಾದರೂ ಮತಿ ಕೆಟ್ಟಿರಲಿ, ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಕೃಷ್ಣವೆಂಬೋ ಶಿಷ್ಟರು ಬೇಡುವ ಅಷ್ಟಾಕ್ಷರ ಮಹಾಮಂತ್ರದ ನಾಮವ ನಾರಾಯಣ, ನಿನ್ನ ನಾಮದ ಸ್ಮರಣೆಯ ಸಾರಾಮೃತವು ಎನ್ನ ನಾಲಿಗೆಗೆ ಬರಲಿ ನಾರಾಯಣ. So that nama, the child was influenced by that nama. ನಾರಾಯಣ ಹರಿ ನಾರಾಯಣ ಹರಿ ನಾರಾಯಣ ಹರಿ ನಾರಾಯಣ. ನಾರಾಯಣ ಹರಿ ನಾರಾಯಣ ಹರಿ ನಾರಾಯಣ ಹರಿ ನಾರಾಯಣ ನಾರಾಯಣ ಹರಿ ನಾರಾಯಣ ಹರಿ ನಾರಾಯಣ ಹರಿ ನಾರಾಯಣ. ನಾರಾಯಣ ಹರಿ ನಾರಾಯಣ ಹರಿ ನಾರಾಯಣ ಹರಿ ನಾರಾಯಣ ಹರಿ ನಾರಾಯಣ. ನಾರಾಯಣ ಹರಿ ನಾರಾಯಣ ಹರಿ ನಾರಾಯಣ ಹರಿ ನಾರಾಯಣ ಹರಿ. ನಾರಾಯಣ ಹರಿ ನಾರಾಯಣ ಹರಿ ನಾರಾಯಣ ಹರಿ ನಾರಾಯಣ ಹರಿ. ನಾರಾಯಣ 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 ನಾರಾಯಣ. In that fragrance that arose from that Namavali, one day this fortunate mother birthed that little boy that gave her happiness. Ahlada Shabdam means happiness. Prahlada, the one who enhances happiness. Prahlada was born. Prahlada was born. He was birthed by Kayadhu but raised by Narada. Samsargaja doshagunaha bhavanti. Whoever nourishes you, nurtures you, their habits will in turn come to you. Not the person who has birthed. Samsargaja doshagunaha bhavanti. So he, like how Narada used to keep dedicating his time to Aradhana, this boy also followed that. That is why gestation period and the childhood ಎಲ್ಲ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಯಾವ ಕಡೆನೂ ಓದಿಲ್ಲ, ಆವಾಗ ಶ್ಲೋಕ ಪಾರಾಯಣ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ. Then when you take up to your book at the age of 60, no harm, but you will not have the same memory as what you have then. What you have learned at your childhood, you'll never forget. What you have learned now, you'll forget. That stage is very important. The boy, Ayavantanakku Arumagan. This is from Kambaramayanam. Prahladana ಬಗ್ಗೆ, where is it? Kamba Ramayanam, sir. Problem. Ramayanam should talk about Rama. How did Prahlada come? This is a beauty. ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋ ರಾಮಾಯಣಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಾಚೀನ ರಾಮಾಯಣ, ಆದಿಕಾವ್ಯ, ಶರಣಾಗತಿ ವೇದ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುವ ವಾಲ್ಮೀಕಿ ಮಹರ್ಷಿ ಬರೆದಿರೋ, ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋ, ರಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿರೋ ರಾಮಾಯಣನೇ. ಆದ್ರೇನು ಈ ರಾಮಾಯಣದ ಸಾರ, ಭಾವಾರ್ಥ, ತತ್ವಾರ್ಥ, ಸ್ವಾಪದೇಶಾರ್ಥವನ್ನು ಗ್ರಹಿಸಿ ಆ ರಾಮಾಯಣವನ್ನು ಭಾರತೀಯ ಭಾಷೆಗಳಲ್ಲೂ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಅಭಿಲಾಷೆ ಇದ್ದಿರೋ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಆಚಾರ್ಯರು ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಈ ರಾಮಾಯಣಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಾಚೀನವಾದ ರಾಮಾಯಣ, ದ್ರಮಿಡ ಭಾಷೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುವ ತಮಿಳಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋ ಕಂಬರಾಮಾಯಣ. ಆ ಕವಿ ಸಾರ್ವಭೌಮ, ಕವಿ ಚಕ್ರವರ್ತಿಯನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು ಕಂಬನ್. ತಮಿಳ್ನಾಡಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗುವಾಗ ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಕಂಬನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಅಂತ. ಟ್ರೈನ್ಗೂ ನಾಮ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ ನಾವು. ಹಾಗೆ ಇಫ್ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಪಲ್ಲವನ್, ಅವರ್ ಬಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಪಲ್ಲವನ್. ಹೋಟೆಲ್ ಚೋಳ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಆದರೆ ನಮಗೆ ದೈವ ನಂಬಿಕೆ ಇರಲ್ಲ. ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ನೌ ದಿಸ್ ಕಂಬನ್, ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಹಿಸ್ ಒರಿಜಿನಲ್ ನೇಮ್? ತಮಿಳಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಬ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಸ್ತಂಭ. A pillar is called kambam. His name is Kamban. That means related to the pillar. We do not know with the sources that we have received till date what is his original name. Krishna Dvaipayana is the name. Later the acquired name is Vedavyasa. There should be some original name, we do not know. But it is believed that he was a great devotee of Narasimha, and after having composed the Ramayana in the Tamil language as a compendium of 10,348 verses, when he placed it before Narasimha, it was Narasimha who gave acceptance to it. Since the pillar sound was heard, that name of the pillar became his name, Kamban. Why did he write about Narasimha in Ramayanam? Ramayanam should talk about Rama, Sita, Ravana, Lakshmana. Why did Narasimha come? Because he loves. See, there was a great Pravachanakarta, one of the greatest in my opinion. He was called Sengalipuram Sri Anantarama Dikshita. Even in 1960s, people used to count the number of cars that used to come for his lecture. One of the most sought after speakers of the 1960s. He was in love with Guru Ayurappan. It is love. So much in love that whichever topic he talks, Guru Ayurappan will come. Shiva Purana helbeku, somehow Guru Ayurappan will come there. Devi Mahatmyam, he will be singing after that. Kalyana Rupai, again Guru Ayurappan will come. Kamban loves Narasimha. He is writing on Rama, but Narasimha has to come in Rama Avataram. How will he come? This is very intelligently Kamban devises a plan. When Vibhishana advises Ravana, some orbit Vanara from Bharatadesham has come to our country, breached our fortress. In the middle of the night, met up with Sita, given her some insignia, taken back something, killed your son Akshakumara and all the Rakshasas, burnt our city and gone back. One monkey. Andhi ban ke aaya hu main. He has come as a Durandara, done all his activities in the middle of the night and gone back. Wake up. Smell the coffee. Now, one Vanara does this collateral damage to your country. Imagine what if the entire army comes. So I advise you, give back Sita. Send her back. Sri Lankan Airlines, business class alli ಒಂದು ಟಿಕೆಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಒಂದು ಸಿಲೋನ್ ಟೀ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ರಾಮ ನಾನು ಗೀತಾನ ಕಿಡ್ನ್ಯಾಪ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು. ಸೊ ವೇಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಗೀತಾನ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು, ಬೈ ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್ ಸೀತಾನ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನನ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯಿತು ಅದು ಸೀತಾ ಅಂತ. ಕ್ಷಮಿಸಬೇಕು ರಾಮ. ಸೆಂಡರ್. You can save yourself, your family, Lanka. But if you don't, Ravana doesn't listen, as usual. That time Kamban says, like how Prahlada's words of advice, Hiranyakashipu did not listen. Vibhishana's words, Ravana does not listen. Why? Because Hiranyakashipu is Ravana. See how Kamban connects. So in the Kamba Ramayanam, in Yuddha Kandam, Narasimha Avataram comes where they describe Prahlada. Ayavantanakku oru magan, arinyarkku arinyan. He was a scholar to the assembly of scholars. See, you can be a scholar amongst a group of uneducated people. Ivrige ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ನಾನೇ ಓದಿರೋನು. Imagine there are 100 Mahamahopadhyayas sitting. There you should prove your mettle. Arinyarkku arinyan. தூயர் என்பவர் யாரினும் மறையினும் தூயான் நாயகன் தனிஞானி நல்லறத்துக்கு நாதன் தாயின் மண்ணுயிர்க்கு அன்பினன் உளன் ஒரு தக்கோன். Very, very intelligent. Even as a child, he was so well disciplined. He used to assist Narada Maharishi. He used to bring summits, whatever little he could do. And Narada used to teach him. Around when Prahlada was about 2.5 is when Hiranyakashipu returned from his on-site project. You remember he got boons, we had left him there. Now both of them are meeting, we are coming to the same period. Hiranyakashipu first went to his palace. He found Kayadu missing. Kayadu, 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 Kayadu. Echo. Immediately the Sairandrika Stris come. We don't know, sir. After you had left, she was gone. We do not know where. Then they spotted CCTV footage, recovered, and then they found that path that she had gone to Narada's ashrama. So Hiranyakashipu goes there. Hiranyakashipu goes there and he says, Prahlada, first he asks Narada, where is my son? They show. That is when Kayadu says all that happened. And Hiranyakashipu says, very happy, Narada. You have saved my son. I am planning to give you a title. Narada thought, see, giving title is not a big thing, but you should have the courage to sport that giving organization's name. If Narada writes a CV, Rakshaka Kesari is the title given by Hiranyakashipu, nobody will even touch that CV. See, titles and awards depend on to whom you are giving and who is giving. Right? Hiranyakashipu is giving, but Narada did not speak a word because then he will write his obituary. That's all. He said, you give sir, I will take. Photo was immediately taken. Media alla bantu. Prajavani, Ivani, Avani, ella bantu. Naradarge ಒಂದು ಪಟ್ಟ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ. Now, this boy was taken to his palace. Hiranyakashipu said, my son should not lead such a destitutional life. He took him to his palace, put the child on the lap. See, these are all cliched questions that we ask everybody. It's become we live in such a society because we see a lot of people. We have to strike and make conversations. Suppose we do not know what to speak, cliched questions will come. Hi, how are you? You go to an office on Monday, how was your weekend? Tell, we went to Narasimha Avataram. Hengittu, that you tell them. Now, there'll be cliched questions. When you see a child, if a student, if you're going to somebody's house, the child is in 9th standard. What you should ask? Hi, how are you? In which school are you studying? Which syllabus? What are you planning to become? The child will be clueless. Right. Then the child will look at the parents. Parents will answer what they had wanted to become. Doctor, sir. This child will not even be able to touch a cockroach. You become a doctor. Full dissection. Rana, hexadactyla. The child has to keep cutting and pinning. So, cliched question. The father asked, my dear son Prahlada, what do you know? Whatever you know, you say. Our child will say, twinkle, twinkle. Bob, Bob, black sheep. This child said, Shasta Vishnuraseshasya Jagadoyo Hridi Sthitaha Tameva Paramatmanam Tata Kim Kakkim Nashasyate. This is a Vishnu Purana Vachanam. My dear father, I do not know much. No, whatever little you know, you say. Shasta Vishnu Raseshasya, the one who has pervaded you as your inner controller, Shasta, the one who has pervaded within me, the one who commands me from the within. Shasta Vishnur Aseshasya Jagadoyo Hridisthitaha Tameva Paramatmanam Tata Kakkim Nashasyati. What is there to say and what is there to know when the one who's controlling me from the within is the same as the one who's controlling you from the within? He said, you are reading lot of WhatsApp messages. बहुत बिगड़ चुके हो तुम. You're just googling unnecessary information. I now should put you in a proper school. Immediately he asked his ministers, Janch karo, which is the best school around? They said there is one Parnashala close by, run by the sons of Shukra, called Shanda and Amarka. They have admissions open, you can put them. Hiranyakashipu will not go and stand in the line. What should parents do? From the age of 2 itself, they'll go outside the school and stand. Bhavati Bhikshan Dehi. Right? Hiranyakashipu, arrogance, attitude. He said, let the teachers come, home tuition. Barlili. Shanda and Amarka came. They said, we are really honored to have your son. How much marketing we can do later? Hiranyakashipu's son studied in our school. Everybody will admit. Hiranyakashipu said, I am also very happy. Take my son, Prahlada. See? Sir, what course would you exactly like to put him in? Teach him. Yes. Teach him. Yes, sir. That Paramatma. Yes, sir. I am the Paramatma. They said, sir, ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್. If Narayana is the Paramatma, we can refer to Vedas, Vedanta. What can I do for you? Where is it said Hiranyakashipu is the Paramatma? But they could not fight. They said, कोई problem नहीं है sir, हम डिजाइन कर लेंगे. They did one, first they did one Ashtottara Shatanamavali. Ditiputra Yanamaha, Kashyapa Yanamaha, Hiranyakshagraja Yanamaha, Loka Dukkha Karana Yanamaha. One full Ashtottara Shatanamavali they designed. They said, we will do sir. They took the boy. They took the boy to the ashrama, the classes first period, 7 a.m. But to the surprise of the gurus, in the morning at about 4 a.m., they heard one FM, like how we are ringing ringtone now. They heard one beautiful music in the morning. Shanda and Amarka were surprised. 4 o'clock, kaun bajata hai? They came out. They saw all the students who were their students admitted to this ashrama were learning under Prahlada. Prahlada was the teacher, student instructor. Om Namo Narayana. Om Namo Narayana Vendru. The boy was singing. Pannisaikum பவழவாயிதழின் பங்கஜ கண்ணழகும் குண்டலம் திகழ் செவியும் வெண்சங்கம் திகிரி ஒளிர் தடங்களும் தன் துளபம் தவழ் மார்பில் மின்னும் முப்புரி நூலும் கிங்கிணி இடையார்ப்ப கழல் சிலம்பு கலகலக்க கிங்கிணி இடையார்ப்ப கழல் சிலம்பு கலகலக்க மண்ணிடை வைகுண்ட தப்பந்தரு காட்சிதனை கண்டதொரு களிபோடு பண்பாடி கொண்டார் கரம் குவித்து மெய் உருகி எண் திசையும் எதிரொலிக்கவோ. The boy was teaching. They were all noting down, students. How good a teacher he is. ಎಷ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ. ವಾಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ದೇರ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಕಮೆಂಟ್. ಶಂಡ ಅಮರ್ಕ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ನೋಡಿ. Shanda and Amarka were listening. They thought our business is gone. Nobody will admit. They all say, Prahlada, you begin one startup. We will join you. They thought having this boy is a big professional risk. They dragged the boy and took him to the father's court and said, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಗ ತುಂಬ ಇಂಟೆಲಿಜೆಂಟ್ ಸರ್. ಈ ಥರ ಇಂಟೆಲಿಜೆನ್ಸ್ಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ಕೂಲಲ್ಲಿ ಅಡ್ಮಿಷನ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ನೀವೇ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಗನ್ನ ಇಟ್ಟು. But 1 week of education was over. He had paid term fees, non-refundable. Immediately the father asked, you have stayed there for 1 week. Tell me what you have learnt. The boy said, I have learnt, Papa, what? Shravanam, listening, Kirtanam, to speak or sing what you have listened. See, we all listen very well. Shravana tumba ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ದೆನ್ ಸಂಬಡಿ ಆಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಡಿಡ್ ಯು ಲಿಸನ್. ಅದು ಒಂಥರ ಹೇಳಕ್ಕೆ ಬರ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಹೇಳಬೇಕಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಇಲ್ಲ ಬಲ್ಲ, ಆಲ್ ಆಫ್ ದಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಕಮ್. ಶ್ರವಣಂ ಕೀರ್ತನಂ, ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಯು ಸೇ, ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಓಪನ್ ಯುವರ್ ಮೌತ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಸೇ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಮೈ ಬಿಲೀಫ್. ಸಿ, ಮಂತ್ರ ರಕ್ಷಣ ಗೂಢಾತ್ಮ, ಮಂತ್ರ you should not say, but shlokas you have to say. See, when we say it in our mind, we will be reciting like Vyasa. Only when we open our mouth, the other person will find 100 mistakes. Shrivatsavaksha, Shrivasa, Srinidhi, Shri Vibhavanaha, Sridhara, Shrikara, Shreya, Shriman, Lokatrayashrayah. That nak, the tongue, rolling of the tongue will come only when you sing. Shravanam, Kirtanam. Third, we listen and we sing. Fourth, we have to remember. The third thing is you have to remember. Remembrance is the biggest problem. Vishnoho Smaranam. Then from Bhagavan you have to transition to Bhagavan's devotees. Bhagavatottamas. Pada Sevanam. Archanam. To speak glories of Bhagavan Nama. See, Mahalakshmi resides in various stages. This Devasthana has Mahalakshmi in all her forms. Sumanasa Vandita Sundari Madhavi Chandra Sahodari Hemamaye Munigana Mandita Moksha Pradayini Manjula Bhashini Vedanute Pankajavasini Devasupujita Shadguna Varshini Shantiyute Jaya Jaya He Madhu Sudana Kamini Adilakshmi Sada Palayamam. You have Adilakshmi, Santana Lakshmi, Vijaya Lakshmi, Dhanya Lakshmi, Dhana Lakshmi, Veera Lakshmi, Gaja Lakshmi, all Lakshmis here. So you need different forms. Archanam, to speaking glories of Bhagavan. Archanam, Vandanam, putting your palms together. Dasyam, to be subservient to Bhagavan. Atmanivedanam, Sakhyam Atmanivedanam, to be friends with Bhagavan, and finally submit the responsibility of protecting the Jivatma to Bhagavan. Atma Bharat Samarpanam. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnoho Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Bandhanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atmanivedanam. This is what I have learnt my father. Had it been 2026 father, he would have recorded. Ilnodu. And he would have forwarded to 200 people. Correct? Look at my son. Naan hengidrinuve. Nan magan hengidan nodi. Don't conclude my child based on me. Father sends. What did Hiranyakashipu do? He said, call the Rakshakas. This boy needs to be killed. What mistake did the boy do? No mistake. But for the father, it was mistake. He said the boy needs to be pushed from the top of a mountain. Little boy, barely 3 feet. 3 feet. Push him from the mountain. Which mountain? See, on my way to the airport, there used to be one mountain few years back. Now that is also mined. That has become our house granite, Sadarahalli granite. In one house I went, Tumba channagide granite. Ellinda bantu. Alli ondu male illiದೆ sir. ಆ ಮಲೆಯಿಂದಾನೇ ಬಂತು. So he was pushed from the top of a mountain. Now in Prahlada Bhakti Vijayam, you remember at about 5:45 I told you Geya Natakam Prahlada Vasudevayani Dauvarikudu Vasavadi, you remember? In the same Prahlada Bhakti Vijayam, when Prahlada is pushed from the mountain, whom should he invoke? Narayana. But Tyagaraja's Prahlada is slightly converted. He believes in Rama. Because Tyagaraja loves Rama. So Tyagaraja's Prahlada should also love Rama. He is an evangelist. Whenever Tyagaraja meets us, he will ensure that we get Rama Bhakti. Vandanamu Raghunandana Setu Bandhana Bhakta Chandana Rama Vandanamu Raghunandana Sridhamana Tobadama Nebhedama Hiti Modama. This is the context in which Vandanamu is sung. See, in the Prahlada Bhakti Vijayam, he says, from the top of the mountain, he sees the water. He says, on this bridge, on these waters, Raghunayaka, you constructed a bridge. I pay salutations to you before I die. Vegara Karuna Sagara Shri Tyagaraja Hridayagara. Now the boy is pushed. The soldiers say, wow. They all come home. Before they reach, Prahlada comes. Prahlada, tumba santosha nimna mattomme nodi. They were confused. Who is this boy? Is he Annabelle? Is he coming back to life like this? Who is this man? Then the father says, you guys did not do a good job. Agree to this. My son won't lie. You didn't push him well. So they said, Hiranyakashipu said, take him immediately to Mudumalai elephant reserve. All the elephants, they should trample on this boy, make a chutney out of him. This boy was put on the ground. All the elephants, sedated on steroids. Now they all came running towards this boy. This boy said, "Oh elephants, one of your elephants, father, by the banks of Tamraparani, when caught in the jaws of a violent crocodile, invoked the name of Bhagavan as Adikaranaya, Adibijaya. That Bhagavan who protected one of your ancestors who was Gajendra is the same Bhagavan who is now sitting inside my heart. So if you trample upon me, you will be ungrateful to your ancestor." He conveyed to the elephant. The elephant understood. It put one reverse gear and went back. Ashte hoitu. Third, the boy was given one payasam. Come here. How is this kheer? Prahlada said, "It looks very good. I put some poison. Drink." I keep telling, in Malayalam movie, if the villain wants to kill the hero, he will not shout, "Sare, nyam ningalai kollum." Ivara kolla poraram. Very calmly he will say. Here Hiranyakashipu says, "There is poison, drink." Boy said, "It looks a bit blue. It kind of resembles Narayana's complexion. Maybe I can drink," and he drank. It was like Ujala. Narayaniyam says, "Sashulaira viddha subahumatito diggajaganaihi Mahasarpair dashtopyanashanagaraha vidutaha girindrava kshiptopyaha paramatmannai vibho tvayi nyastyatmatvat kimati napidama bhajata." Whatever method the father deployed, it was not conducive to him because the son was getting saved at every attempt. Then Hiranyakashipu thought, the one who is protecting this boy must be hidden somewhere. When I turn right, he's there. When I turn left, he's there. I don't know where he is. Maybe my boy who has been protected from every murder attempt knows his identity. Prahlada, Baro, Kanda, Kutko illi. Asana grahane madu. Now you tell me, where is Bhagavan, the one whom you keep telling he protects? Prahlada says, "My dear father, listen patiently. There is not one place in the universe that you and I see which is not pervaded by him." Hiranyakashipu says, "I can't understand this concept." Listen, that is why it said patience. Dheeraj Rakho. There is not one place where he is not pervaded. How? The boy said, "See, both of us are Anumatra Jivatmas. Your Jivatma is within your body. My Jivatma is within my body. When I am here, simultaneously I cannot be at another place. Because this Jivatma has Anumatra restrictions. It can be only in one place. By my thoughts may go to my children, my followers. But physically I can be only in one place at one point in time. Whereas Bhagavan's Atma is Vibhutvam. It can pervade the entire world and be at all places at the same point in time. He is in Ukraine, he is in Russia, he is in Azerbaijan, he is in Armenia, he is in New Zealand, he is in... There is not one place, Chandramandala, wherever you think, he is there. He is the one who has pervaded the object from the within and is also outside. Inside a balloon there is air. Outside the balloon also there is air. Antar bahischa tat sarvam vyapya narayana sthitaha. Father, ತುಂಬಾ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀಯೋ, ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಏನೋ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೀಯಾ ನೀನು. ಟೆಲ್ ಮೀ ವೇರ್ ಹಿ ಇಸ್. ಕಂಬನ್ ಸೆಸ್, ஷாணிலுமுளன் ஓர் தன்மை அணுவினை சதகூறு இட்ட கோணிலுமுளன் மாமேரு குன்றிலுமுளன் இன்னின்ற தூணிலுமுளன் நீ சொன்ன சொல்லிலுமுளன். He is in that pillar. And you asked me, my dear son Prahlada, where is Bhagavan now? He is in that B, H, A, G. He has pervaded that letter. Agara mudala eluthellam Adi Bhagavan. He has pervaded. Sarvatra asti sada asti. Just because you are asking me doesn't mean he was not there all this while and he is coming now. Sarvatra asti sada asti. Hiranyakashipu was confused. How can a person remain perennially everywhere at all point in time? It is impossible. We don't see that. Yeah. Tata irundarna irundar ipella poitar sir. Irundunde varpar Tata. What will happen to the company giving pension? Tata has to go someday. Right? We are all not permanent. Atma is permanent, but Bhagavan, Shariram, Atma, everything is permanent everywhere. Hiranyakashipu couldn't fathom this thought. See, it is beyond his comprehension skills. But the beauty doesn't end here. Prahlada said, Bhagavan is omniscient, omnipresent, omnipotent. Sarvajna, Sarvavyapi. Yes, Bhagavan has all these qualities. It is embedded in him. But only after Prahlada told this did Bhagavan himself realize that he is omnipresent, it seems. For a long time he forgot. After Prahlada said, Haudalve, Nanu, Yella Jagagallu idini. Only after this boy reminded, like how after Jambavan reminded, tomorrow at about 5:25, Hanuman will get the energy. Here he is reminded. So Bhagavan said, Lakshmi, I should be ready because this fickle-minded man, we don't know from where he will break the pillar. See, imagine Bhagavan pervades pillar A. Suddenly this man is looking at pillar A and breaks pillar B. Pillar B in the Ambuja cement barta ide. Yeah? Then what will happen to Prahlada's devotion? Because Prahlada has said he is there everywhere. So Bhagavan, who has already pervaded, ensured that he was pervaded. See, there is the thing. You will have everything ready to go for the Kalyana Mandapam. Then you will do one checking, last minute checking. Till if you have to go to an international flight, every half an hour you will check your passport. Have you seen that? Idiya. And then finally you will leave it in the car and go. So Bhagavan is checking whether I am there everywhere. Ella kadenu idini. Now in one of the Vaishnava Granthas called Thiruvaimozhi, in Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya, we have one Grantha called Thiruvaimozhi. Alongside the Sanskrita Granthas, we have to learn this Grantha. Then only they will call us a Vidwan. In the commentary to Thiruvaimozhi, a student asks the teacher, Sir, you say Bhagwan was there in the pillar. What was Bhagwan doing inside the pillar? See, spending time is such an arduous task. See, you go to a movie. They won't begin the movie immediately. First 15 minutes, they will say stand up, national anthem, amele, idu madi, full advertisements will keep on going. What will you do? You will check your phone, WhatsApp. By then, you will want to keep yourself ready. Once the movie begins and the movie is bad, you will continue doing that. WhatsApp message. So, Bhagavan is inside the pillar, restricted, space restricted. He doesn't have the freedom of movement. The student asks, what was Bhagavan doing inside the pillar till Hiranyakashipu struck it? The Acharya said, Nakattukku uram pottu kondirundar. He was sharpening his nails. See, you have to do something, right? Now you have a lot of gadgets. You can keep doing this. You can do that. You got that shaper. It just shapes you and then you can scrap the edges. And then you can ensure there is no white frills and all of that. And then you apply that moisturizer to ensure that it glistens. And he was doing all of that. First manicure, pedicure, he only started. First. Now, as this was happening, the boy said, Chanilu mulan, nee sonna sollilu mulan. He's there everywhere. See, this Anubhavam Bhagavatam gives. Bhagavatasaram Narayaniyam also gives. Narayaniyam is about 400 plus years old. Bhagavatam is around a very long period. On one hand, you have to imagine Shuka writing this. Parikshit listening. 400 years before, the students were writing as Narayana Bhattatri was composing. So one was happening in Guruvayur, the other one was happening in Multan. See, traditionally when you look into the Puranas, Hiranyakashipu's region is Multan of Pakistan, Moolasthana. Later in the Upapuranas, it is said that the same Narasimhavataram, for the request of the Maharishis, it was reenacted, replayed in Ahobila Kshetra. So Multan, Chandrabhaga, now you can't go to Multan, it is in Pakistan, where will you go? You have to go only to Ahobilam. So it occurred there also. So people were ready. Now Bhagavan, everybody is waiting, because see, imagine Brahma's position. Now if Bhagavan can come in any form, he doesn't have to conform to Brahma's boons. He can come in any form, kill Hiranyakashipu and go. But what will happen? Then people will start telling, see, Brahma atra yen kelbedi sir. Yen kotrenu workout agalla. ನೋಡಿ ಅವ್ನು ಏನೇನೋ ವರ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಹಿರಣ್ಯಕಶಿಪುಗೆ, ಯಾರೋ ಒಬ್ರು ಬಂದು ಇವನ್ನ ಸಾಯಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ರು. ಸಿ, ಆಸ್ ಅ ಸೂಪರ್ವೈಸರ್ ಆರ್ ಅ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜರ್, you should respect the subordinate's decisions. If the subordinate has given a commitment to the client, we will deliver the first part of this presentation next week. Though it may seem less possible, the supervisor has to honor. He has to say, we will work extra time because you have given commitment. So Brahma is now worried. He is telling Saraswati, I don't know whether people will give good rating for me or not. Because I have given him 100 boons. I don't know what is Bhagavan going to do. Because he has to conform to all the boons that Brahma has given. Second, the biggest impediment was Prahlada says he is there everywhere. Now Bhagavan has to listen to Prahlada's words. At the same time, Brahma's words. Lakshmi is also confused. Brahma is asking, Lakshmi ji, किस रूप में भगवान आने वाले हैं मुझे पता नहीं. मुझे बोले हैं लक्ष्मी तुम वेट करो, बाद में बुलाऊंगा. He has left me and he has gone. Even I am clueless. I don't know where he is, which form he will come. That is when Prahlada, he was asked, where is he? Boy tried explaining. Finally the father asked, is he there in that pillar? Why? Manuna manavendrena yapuri. Like that. It is this tambham which he has personally supervised and constructed. So he believed nobody could have permeated or pervaded that. He took the mace and started running towards it. As he struck the pillar, it broke open like a dicotyledon. Are kwasau kwasau sakala jagadatma harihi prabhintisme stambham chalita karavalo didisutaha ataf paschat vishno rahi vaditumi shosmi sahasa kripatman vishwatman pavana puravasi mridayamam, and then jumped a form. Stambhe ghattayato hiranyakashipo karnau samachurna yanna gurna jagadanda kunda kuharo ghorastava bhudravaha ಶುತ್ವಯಂ ಖಿಲ ದೈತ್ಯ ರಾಜ ಹೃದಯೇ ಪೂರ್ವಕ್ಕದಾಪ್ಯಶ್ರುತಂ ಕಂಪಕ್ಕಶ್ಚನ ಸಂಪಪಾತ ದೈತೋಸ್ಮ ಅಂಭೋಜ ಭೂವಿಷ್ಟರಾದ್ ಭೂಖಂಡಂ ವಾರನಾಂಡಂ ಪರವರ ವಿರಟಂ ಡಂಬ ಡಂಪೋರು ಡಂಪಂ ಡಿಂ 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 ಡಿಡಿಂಬಂ ದಹಮಪಿ ದಹಮೈ ಝಂಪ ಝಂಪೈಶ್ಚ ಝಂಪೈಹಿ ತುಲ್ಯಾಸ್ತುಲ್ಯಾಸ್ತುಲ್ಯಾ ಧುಮ 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 ಕೈ ಕುಂಕುಮಾಂಕೈ ಕುಮಾಂಕೈ ಏತತ್ತೇ ಪೂರ್ಣಯುಕ್ತಂ ಅಹರ ಕರ ಹರಃ ಪಾತು ಮಾಂ ನಾರಸಿಂಹಃ ಶಂಕಂ ಚಕ್ರಂ ಚ ಚಾಪಂ ಪರಶುಮ ಶಮಿಶುಂ ಶೂಲಪಾಶಾಂಕುಶಾಸ್ತ್ರಂ ಬಿಭ್ರಂತಂ ವಜ್ರಕೇಟಂ ಕಲಮುಸಲಗದಾ ಕಂತಮತ್ಯುಗ್ರದಂಷ್ಟ್ರಂ ಜ್ವಾಲಾಕೇಶಂ ತ್ರಿನೇತ್ರಂ ಹರಮುಸಲಗದಂ ಹಾರಕೇಯೂರಭೂಷಂ ವಂದೇ ಪ್ರತ್ಯೇಕ ರೂಪಂ ಪರಪದ ನಿವಸ ಪಾತು ಮಾಂ ನಾರಸಿಂಹಃ ನಾಸಾಗ್ರಂ ಪೀನಗಂಡಂ ಪರಬಲಮಥನಂ ಬದ್ಧಕೇಯೂರಹಾರಂ ರೌದ್ರಂ ದಂಶ್ರಾಕರಾಳಂ ಅಮಿತ ಗುಣಗಣಂ ಕೋಟಿ ಸೂರ್ಯಾಗ್ನಿನೇತ್ರಂ ಗಾಂಭೀರ್ಯಂ ಪಿಂಗಳಾಕ್ಷಂ ಭ್ರುಕುಟಿತ ವಿಮುಖಂ ಷೋಡಶಾದರ್ಧಬಾಹುಂ ವಂದೇ ಭೀಮಾಟ್ಟಹಾಸಂ ತ್ರಿಭುವನ ವಿಜಯ ಪಾತು ಮಾಂ ನಾರಸಿಂಹಃ ಝಂ 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 ಜಕಾರಂ ಜಶ ಜಶ ಜಶಿತಂ ಝಾನುದೇಶಂ ಜಂ ಜಕಾರಂ ಹುಂ 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 ಹಕಾರಂ ಹರಿತಕಹಸಾಯಂ ದಿಶೇ ಬಂಬಕಾರಂ ಬಂ 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 ಬಂಬಕಾರಂ ವದನಲಿದತಂ ವಾಮಪಕ್ಷಂ ಸುಪಕ್ಷಂ ಲಂ 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 ಲಕಾರಂ ಲಘುವಣ ವಿಜಯ ಪಾತು ಮಾಂ ನಾರಸಿಂಹಃ jumped a form which conformed to the boons sought by Hiranyakashipu. ಮೀಮಾಂಸಮಾನಸ್ಯ ಸಮುತ್ಥಿತೋಗ್ರತೋ ನೃಸಿಂಹರೂಪಸ್ತದಲಂ ಭಯಾನಕಂ ಪ್ರತಪ್ತ ಚಾಮೀಕರ ಚಂಡಲೋಚನಂ ಸ್ಫುರತ್ಕಟಾ ಕೇಸರ ಜೃಂಭಿತಾನನಂ ಕರಾಳ ದಂಶ್ರಂ ಕರವಾಳ ಚಂಚಲ ಸ್ಫುರಾಂತಿ ಚಿಕ್ವಂ ಭೃಕುಟಿ ಮುಕೋಲ್ಮಣಂ ಸ್ತಬ್ಧೋದ್ವಕರಣಂ ಗಿರಿಕಂಧರಾದ್ಭುತ ವ್ಯಾತಾತ್ತನಾಸಂ ಅನುಭೇದ ಭೀಷಣಂ ಸೇಸ್ ಭಾಗವತಂ. Atop the neck. See, the neck was of a human. It is not Hayagriva. See, Hayagriva is the neck and the face of a horse. Here, till the neck it is human. Akantham Adipurusham. Only the face of Narasimha, of a Simha. So it was a face of a Simha. The neck and the lower torso were all human, Adipurusham. It was a male lion with all the manes. It had eyes that appeared as if 1,000 suns were smelted together. It was so bright. The nostrils of that Simha appeared as if the hot air gushes in and out of the caves during the summer season. The tongue that swirled around looked like the sword of a Kshatriya who wishes to fight the person opposite him by twirling it and swirling it around. The ears were standing high up. All his nails were like the Vajrayudhas of Indra. And his body carried all the essential elements of Parabrahma Tattva. And then he jumped. It was a form that the world had never seen and would never see. Because no avataram that we see with such contradictions exists. It was a Simhamukham, a Narasharira. It was something that even Brahma could not fathom. He said, yes, truly this is not my creation. How is this form? I don't create such things. How can you bring? See, technically, in biology, in simple medical science, you cannot suddenly say, I'll take the sperm of a Homo sapien, put it into Rana hexadactyla, and then there will be a new form born with a tail. You cannot do that in biology. It has to be a Sajatiya Vastu. It cannot be a Vijatiya Vastu. How can you bring this is from a cat family. He is from a Homo sapien family. What a combination. Aghatita Ghatana Samarthyam. When he came, Brahma checked. See, Saraswati, first condition theek ho gaya. Narasimha. Second condition, time dekho. Saraswati said, I have already checked the time in the Panchanga. This is Pradosha Samayam. It is neither day nor night. It is transition period. Second condition, very good. Thank you, Narayana. Third, check. Narasimha dragged Hiranyakashipu all the way on the floor and put him on the lap. Lap is neither earth nor space. Another boon, should not be killed neither inside nor outside the house. Narasimha was a very good real estate agent. When they sell apartments, there is something called total carpet area. Then you ask them, they'll say, oh, this is also included. Whenever cost has to come, they will include your doorstep, outside area, everything. Whenever they have to give you something, they'll say, no, this is not there, that is not there, that has been included. So the doorstep is a very tricky thing. Whether we have to consider that as a part of the living room or the foyer common area, we don't know. So it is neither outside nor inside. So Bhagavan knew this. So he sat on the doorstep. On the doorstep, on his lap, as Narasimha in Pradosha Samayam. He didn't stop there. He used nails. See, if you ask any person who has done some amount of biology, experts in biology, they'll tell you. Hair and nails are very interesting. They are our own productions. They come from our own body. But when the nail grows, there should be something that pushes it to grow. For all of us, men and women, we'll have something called growth plate below in our foot. We will have a gland called pituitary gland that determines our growth, both for the man and the woman. This is how we read endocrine glands, certain other glands. We all read this in biology. Now, if you look at the nail, there is a portion called the cuticle. That is a living portion. So, it keeps pushing your nail to grow. But as it grows, the cells that form your nail are dead cells. So a nail is a conglomerate of dead cells with a living portion called cuticle towards its end. But what you cut with a nail cutter is not the cuticle but the nail. That is why you don't feel the pain. If you cut the finger, you will feel the pain, but not the fingernail. because it doesn't have life. But if it doesn't have life, it should not show the trait of a living thing. The nail grows. See, growth is a factor of a living being. Right? So suppose this pillar, tomorrow we come and see pillars have grown. That growth is not the ability of a pillar. It is not the factor for an insentient object. But a nail grows, but it is dead cell, it doesn't feel the pain. So he asked for a boon where an inanimate or an animate object should not kill. So nails are technically both animate and inanimate. So Bhagavan deployed the nails. That is why Srimadacharya, Anandatirtha, Purna Prajna, Madhvacharya wrote one stuti called Nakhastuti. Pantvasman Puruhudi Vairi Balavat Matyadya Matyad Ghata Kumbochadri Vipatana Bahumka, he says. He says, I will not salute Narasimha, I will salute his nails. Why? Because that nails brought an end. He tore open Hiranyakashipu. Now it is gory. That is why I said Durandar. Full of blood. Now what did Narasimha do? It is said in all our sculptures, if you go to Halebeedu, you will see Narasimha taking the intestines and putting them as mala. Sir, tumba, I can't see it. Even Prahlada could not see it, but he could not go anywhere else. See, imagine your own father being killed. You have to be witness. Prahlada was trembling. But what did Bhagavan do? This is called Aghatita, Ghatana, Samarthyam. To bring the opposites together. See, generally for any normal, mundane human being, you cannot ensure happiness and anger at the same time. You're very happy. You're extremely elated. You're so very joyful. Somebody comes and irritates you. You just say, I'm very happy. Don't spoil my mood. You won't get angry or sad when you're happy. Or when you're angry or sad, you're very angry. You're going to a stand-up comedy. You'll get more angry. Stand-up comedy, you'll never get comedy. That is a different thing. Some people say, sir, your Upanyasam has more comedy. So whatever. Now this is sit-up comedy. That is stand-up. So you go, when you're angry, somebody tries to say, Shantam, no, not now. Give me some time. So anger and peace cannot coexist. Bhagavan is opening Hiranyakashipu. There is blood which is gushing out. Anger. But as he is staring, he is looking at Prahlada with the glance of a mother. Prahlada is feeling the cool rays touching him, like how the rays come from the moon. For Prahlada, Narasimha appears like Chandravadana. Oh, it's so cool. He looks at Narasimha. Narasimha is smiling, and here he is staring. Sata patala bhishane sarabhasa attahasodbhate spurat kridhi parisputat brukutikepi vaktre krite. Showing that anger. Vedanta Deshika says, Kripa kapatakesarin danujadimba dattastana. The same verse, the mother's motherhood also comes. So while describing Narasimha, Vedanta Deshika says, Kripa kapatakesarin. How can you bring this in music? Sata patara bhishane sarabhasa attahasodbhate spurat kridhi parisputat brukutikepi vaktre krite. Kripa kapatakesarin. Immediately, mood change. Why? Where did Vedanta Deshika get this intelligence from? From Andal. Mari malai mudanjil mannikkidandu rangum Siriya singam marivuttu vidittu veri mayirponga yappadum பேர்ந்துதறி மோரி நிமிர்ந்து முழங்கி புறப்பட்டு போதருமா போலேனி பூவை பூவண்ணா உன் கோவில் നിങ്ങനെ പോന്തരുളി കോപ്പുടയ സീരിയ സിംഹാസനത്തിരുന്ന് യാം എന്ന കാര്യം ആരായെന്നരുൾ. മനസ്സിലായോ? എൻ്റെ ഒരു മൂഡ് ചേഞ്ച് ആണല്ലോ ഒരുപാട്. So there is that shift. Bhagavan tore open. Now he is putting his finger this side, diaphragm, rib cage, lungs, all this is coming. And this side he is putting appendix, islets of Langerhans, all that is coming. No, Devas came and asked, what are you searching? Yen hudukta idira sir? See, some of them in their house, they will open the fridge and stand. What did I want to take? Have you felt that? You will go and stand near the fridge. ಯಾವತಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದೆ? You'll forget. Now, Bhagavan is searching. Then Devas came and asked, what are you searching? ಏನು ಹುಡುಕ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ? ಕಾರ್ ಚಾಬಿನ ಏನು? Bhagavan said, this body of Hiranyakashipu at the end of the day birthed this priceless gem called Prahalada, whom I will celebrate for ages. I now feel if this father has kept an other gem hidden in his body, I will get another devotee. He was pushed. Now Prahalada came. Bhagavan's hands is full of A positive, B positive blood. He now puts, like how Bhima applied the rakta of Dushyasana on the hair of Draupadi, he now applies. He says, Prahlada, please forgive me, I came a bit late. I should have come earlier. Prahlada said, no. You choose. We should listen. We are not here to tell you when to come, what to come. Then he said, Prahlada, you are a very good devotee. TK Swami, ask for a boon. The boy said, see, my father has committed ghora apacharams against me. He has not even seen if I am a little boy, his own son, your devotee. He has tortured me. But whenever he has tortured me, I have felt that this is my karma. I have never abused him, cursed him back, never had ill feelings towards him. He is at the end of the day my father. But to you, I am very, very close. In that proximity to you, even if you treat my father as your child, you may inadvertently bear a little grudge against him. See, that is true of parents also. If parents have 2-3 children, though they would have taught all of them equally, naturally, obviously, the child who is very subservient and listens to them, the mother or the father will feel that extra affection. நான் என்ன சொன்னாலும் கேட்கும். அது இருக்கே, ஐயோ நல்ல குழந்தை தான், கேட்க மாட்டான். They will be very sure, my child will not listen. While I had been to Australia, one set of parents, father and mother, after they had served me food in the morning, I went to my room. In the afternoon, I had come for tea break. That mama and mommy were rehearsing something. I thought they are going for some competition. I asked, what you are rehearsing? This evening, we have to talk to our son. So we are rehearsing dialogues in such a way that it doesn't hurt him. So, gone are the days when children used to fear parents. Now, parents do sashtanga sharanagati at their children. Whatever you say, நீ என்ன சொன்னாலும் கேட்பேன். நான் அசைந்த அலசையும் அகிலமெல்லாமே அறிவாய் மனிதா உன் ஆணவம் பெரிதா பாடவாய் என ஆட வந்ததொரு பாடவாய் மூட வந்ததொரு பாட்டும் நானே. So we all listen. Now here the boy said, see, my father may have committed something nasty against me. I don't carry any grudge. You too as Paramatma will not, but you are a mother also. See, Bhagavan is mother. பெற்ற தாயினும் ஆயின செய்யும் சேஸ் திருமங்கையாழ்வார் குலந்தரும் செல்வந்தந்திடும் அடியார் படுத்துயராயினவெல்லாம் நிலந்தருஞ்செய்யும் நீழ்விசும்பருளும் அருளோடு பெருநிலமளிக்கும் வலம் தரும் மற்றும் தந்திடும் பெற்ற தாய். He does more than what your own mother will do. While looking at Vithala in Pandharpur, the Acharya says, he is mother to me. Bhakta Janavatsale Keshiraje Keshiraje Bhakta Janavatsale. Bhakta Janavatsale is mother. As a mother, hey Bhagavan, you may bear a little grudge against my father. As Paramatma you won't, but as my mother you will forgive my father. This is the boon. Narasimha said, okay, fine, I'll forgive. Ask something for yourself. I will forgive your father. There has to be some tangible benefit to you. Ask for something. The boy said, see, when you, Paramatma, has appeared in front of me, Drishtamatre Punaha, I have seen you, and you are asking me, Prahlada, ask. What should ideally have been my reply? I should have said, no, Bhagavan, I won't ask anything. You know what to give. I will leave it to you. You decide and give. This should have been my statement. But what did I do in return? I immediately asked, the moment you finished your question, Nan tande na ksamisbidu. So I asked for something. Again, out of sheer compassion and love towards me, you're asking, ask for another boon. Give me a boon. Where if you appear in the future in front of me and say, Prahlada, what do you want? I should say, seeing you is the biggest boon. I don't need anything else. That Viveka I should get. Imagine his maturity, Kila Pancha Varshan, barely 5 years. Barely 5 years. We will be watching Sorcerer's Stone. First book. This boy says with that wisdom, and that too Hiranyakashipu's son. Remember, the one who died, his son is this boy. Can you even, he's not Vasishta's son or Vyasa's son. He's Hiranyakashipu's son. Look at that maturity. Bhagavan said, generally my name is given to my devotees. Now I will accept yours. From now onwards, I will be called Prahlada Varada. I will take my devotee's name. Then he asked, my dear Swami, where will you be present? People in Rajaji Nagar want to see you. Aurige Yashassu ide, Rajatvanu ide. This is Rajaji Nagar in Yashwantpura, right? So, Yashassu ide, Rajatvanu ide. They can rule and they have great fame. Where can they come and see me? Bhagavan said, if they are okay traveling, ask the Rajaji Nagar devotees to come to Joshi Mat, below Badrinath, above Devapraya. They can come and see me. Immediately Prahlada said, extreme weather conditions. They just can't travel. It's quite high. The altitude is quite high. They can't breathe. Okay, if they can't see me there, ask them all the way. Now, if temperature is a problem, ask them, I'll give you a smaller hill. When they do Pradakshina around Srinivasa in Tirumala, I will be Yoga Narasimha. Have you seen? In that hill atop, after you do Pradakshina there, we'll be very busy. We'll go to Hundial. First, you have to collect Laddu. Concentration will be fully on Laddu. 1 ticket, 2 Laddus. You can peacefully go have darshan of Ramanujacharya. Next to Ramanujacharya, if you go straight and then do a full Pradakshina, you will see Yoga Narasimha. Prahlada said, sir, a good choice, but it's very crowded. So ask them to come to Bidar. In Bidar district of Karnataka, there is one Narasimha where you can swim and go. You can swim and see him. Then Prahlada said, what if people don't know swimming? So then ask them to come to Melukote. In Tirunarayanapura, here he is Sampath Kumara, Narayana below. Chella Pillai. Atop the hill is again Yoga Narasimha. Fine, sir. Adu Karnataka. Kannada agbittide, Andhra, Telugu ayindi. Keralathil undo. Ayadu undu. Evadana? Ernakulatinte Terke. South of Ernakulam, there is a kshetram called Thuravur. In Thuravur, there will be 2 sannadhis, one for Sudarshana, the other for Narasimha. Sare, idi endana vigraham? Oruvadu Narayanante vigrahamalle. If you go to the kshetra, he will be as Narayana, but they will call it Narasimha. The Sankalpam is Narasimha, but Rupam of Narayana. But if you want to see that lion's face, ask them to come to Thiruvananthapuram. Thiruvanantapura Kshetram, before having darshana of Narayana, Ananta Padmanabha, there is one Narasimha Sannidhi, where is Ugra Narasimha, they will be reading Sundara Kandam every day to Narasimha. Every day, Sundarakandam for Narasimha. That is why today Narasimha Avataram, tomorrow Sundarakandam. Kerala Karinyu Sare. Tamilagathukku varuvoma. Vandu vidalam. Everywhere there is Narasimha. You go to Triplicane, Tiruvallikeni. After having darshan of Parthasarathi, you do half pradakshina. There you will see Telliya Shingamadagi Tiruvallikeni Kandene. You want to visit the animals in Vandalur Zoo. You are going to lion safari. After going to lion safari in Vandalur Zoo, you go 10 kilometers, you will see another lion. He's called Singaperumal Kovil. It is a Pallava rock cut temple, Padaladri. That is Singaperumal Kovil. If you go to Pallavaram, Tirunirmalai, atop the hill there is one Narasimha. Alvar has sung on that Narasimha. You go further west, near Arakkonam, there is a hillock called Cholasimhapuram or Ghatikachalam, known as Sholingur. Mikkanai Marayai Virinda Vilakkai Yennul Pukkanai Pugalsher Poliginda Ponmalayai Takkanai Tadigai Kundrin Mishai Irunda Akkarakaniyai Adaindu Uindu Ponene. Handsome Narasimha, like a sugar fruit. You come further south. You go to a kshetram called Tiruvali Tirunagari. There Lakshmi will be seated on the other lap. Ali Nagar Kadipati ye Ayodhi Mane Talelo, says Kulashekar Alvar. You go to Srirangam, within the temple he is Mettalagi Shingar who gave consent to Kambaramayanam. Outside the temple he is Kattalagi Shingar. Near Kaveri is Attralagi Shingar. You go to Madurai, inside the hill cave again, he is in Anamalai as Yoga Narasimha. You go to Parikal, Singri, Puvarasan Kuppam, he is again Narasimha. You go to a kshetra near Salem, he is Namakkal, Narasimha and his Dharmapatni guided a mathematician called Srinivasa Ramanujam. See, if you go to Andhra, every street is Narasimha. You go to Hyderabad, outskirts, Yadagiri Gutta. You go to the place where Godavari meets the ocean, Godavari Antarvedi Narasimha. You go to a kshetra below and above the hill where he consumes only sweet water. Panakan Narasimha, it is called Mangalagiri. Additionally, you can buy sari also. Mangalagiri saris are famous. There is one kshetra which is of the Paleolithic Stone Age called as Ketavaram. He is Narasimha. You go to a place called Vedadri, who is the Kuladevata for Narayana Tirtha, who composed Krishna Leela Tarangini. He is Vedadri Narasimha with a sword. He is a physician. You go to a Narasimha kshetra which was worshipped and venerated by a great Vidwan of the recent century called Mukkur Lakshmi Narasimhacharya. It is called Mattapalli. There is one kshetram called Vadappalli. Mattapalli, Vadappalli, Ketavaram, Mangalagiri, Vedadri, Yadagiri Gutta, Antarvedi. There is one kshetra near Anantpur. It is called Kadiri Narasimha. With Prahlada, he is there. You go to a kshetra called Penchalakona near Nellur, where Penna meets. There he is a Narasimha extending both his legs. He is very tired, so he is waiting for somebody to massage his feet. He has extended his legs. There is one kshetram where he is in the 9 forms called Ahobilam, Jwala, Ahobila, Malola, Kroda, Karanja Bhargavaha, Yoganandaha, Chatravataha, Pavano, Navamurtayaha. Beautiful kshetra. Sir, why is he in the middle of the forest? Singam Kaatiladhan irukkum. Will Singam live in Brigade Gateway? Yes, sir. 2 Singams are there, sir. 3rd floor. No, they will live only in the forest. See, there is one tribe in Andhra called Chenchu tribe. Chenchu tribe had Mahalakshmi born in their community. Her name is Chenchu Lakshmi. She fell in love with Narasimha. And there his marriage to Narasimha is described in a grantham called Vasantika Parinayam. Narasimha will feel shy. Can you imagine Narasimha shy? With a Singam face, he is very shy. He is going to marry Lakshmi. So that is Chenchu tribe. Chenchu tribe are the tribes in the forest. For them, Narasimha is their son-in-law. On every Paurnima, they will bring some animal and sacrifice. You cannot say, this is wrong. I'll call PETA. This is wrong to sacrifice. They will sacrifice you. Animal bedom. Vetti ayavana pottu. Yavan, bye. You should serve only curd rice to Narasimha. They will ask you, which lion is vegetarian? Lion உட்காந்து புளியோரை சாப்பிட்டு நன்னா அவியல் ரொம்ப நன்னா இருக்குன்னு சொல்லிட்டா சாப்பிடும். என்ன பைத்தியக்காரத்தனம். Only the Narasimha whose pratishtha is done within an Agama temple will have puliyore. This Narasimha is called Pavana Narasimha in the middle of the forest. He is their son-in-law. Don't meddle with them. Let them do whatever they want. Nimmallam poi avakita vegetarianism. Ahara shuddhau shattva suddhihi sattva shuddhau. There are so many benefits. Madhavan also says idella solladi. Let them do. Now each community has their own belief. We can serve puliyore. So Narasimha is there everywhere. So this Narasimha is the one who answers our calls. Why? Because he proved to the world that he is omniscient, omnipresent, omnipotent. What did he prove to the world? I can respect both Brahma's boons and I can respect Prahlada Vakyam. If he has respected their words, he will respect ours also. So Narasimha, Alvar in the Tamil tradition says, Narasimha is not handsome. Narasimha is not handsome. If there is something called beauty and being handsome, it is only in Narasimha, it seems. It is not the other way around. Narasimha nanna irkar sir. Nanna iruppavan oruvan Narasimhan mattume. The only handsome man, complete man, Raymond man in the world is Narasimha. Rama and Krishna, residue. See, after we make one main product in the kitchen, alongside we'll find some caramelized portion, right? That is Rama and Krishna. Beauty is Narasimha. The way he sits, see, people will question Rama. You might have seen a lot of them in the political circles and in your family circles. Rama should have not done this to Sita. It hurts me. Rama shouldn't have done this to Sita. She was pregnant. She was a single mother. I just can't fathom that. All this we will say of Rama. Krishna, how did he marry so many people? How did he cheat? How did he lie? All this we will ask. Rama and Krishna are questioned. Does anyone question Narasimha? He'll kill. Tear open. Vaya. Kelvi kekariya? Vaya. See, this world will only follow when there is power. If someone powerful speaks, the world will listen. The moment you become very diplomatic, you say, everybody has the right, freedom of expression. Feel free to ask whatever you want. That's all. They will sit and trample on you. Today, parents are very adjusting to their children. They'll say, "Unak ennada kanna velno? Adu kudukon list. Masala dosa elen pannu." 50, 60 years back, did any parent ask? Pottada saapdu. Pidikkalena po. You all ate, correct? Certain times rules work. The moment you ask, what would you like to have? What would you like to have? The child will say, a thin crust pizza with some heavy cheese and jalapeno and some chili flakes. It will give you a list. So Narasimha is very clear. My way, that's all. Don't take the other way. This is my Rama and Krishna, they're very diplomatic. What do you feel like? That's all. Immediate 100 questions. Why did Rama do this? Why did Krishna do that? So Narasimha is the right person for India. 2026. Then only things will move forward. Else, diplomatic means things don't go. It is the right way. Diplomacy, democracy is right. But for certain set of people, it will not work. If I say don't spit 5,000 rupees, there will be one PIL for that. He is a poor person. How can he pay 5,000? Why will he pay? Only if he doesn't spit. Only if he spits, he has to pay. Spitting, it is his mouth. If he wants, he can spit. There will be one PIL for that. So at times we need rules so stringent that people cannot flout. Narasimha is that of that category. Sir, if everything is going to be this strict, I am not sure if my children will come. So tomorrow it is Hanuman. Very simple. He will adjust to us. He speaks very well. See, Hanuman is Vak Samarthya. He knows Samaya Nikita Gumadalaadene. So he knows. Let us learn how to speak from Hanuman and how to behave for Narasimha. Narasimha doesn't speak much, only action. Hanuman is good speech. He will just captivate your minds and hearts. So tomorrow is Sundarakandam. All of you, I just have two quick announcements. Not even 1 minute I'll take. You will get Ola and Uber, don't worry. First is, I've told this in Jayanagar Upanyasam. Many of you would have come here. My trust, Deshika Daya, is doing a grand Bharatanatyam dance production. It's a grand multimedia production. We have been doing this for 12 plus years. This is a production titled Yendaro Mahanubhavulu. So I have done the story, screenboard, scripting, narration. Anita Guha has done the choreography, Rajkumar Bharati music. It's a 40 dancer, big dance production, which is being premiered in Bangalore for 2 days. Same show, 2 days, because of the crowd. So you can buy your tickets. It's happening at the Prestige Center of Performing Arts in Kanakpura Road. This is going to happen on a Saturday and Sunday, 26th September, 27th September. You can buy for whichever day you want, same show. You will have to buy tickets in this particular link. If you can note it down, www. I will tell once clearly, don't ask me again. www.tickle, T-I, T for train, I for India, T-I-K-K-L, T-I-K-K-L.com, www.tikkl.com / put one single slash, Desika Daya, D-E-S-I-K-A, Desika, D for Denmark, D-E-S-I-K-A, Desika Daya, D-A-Y-A, www.tickle.com / Desika Daya. You will see 2 shows for Bangalore. Buy whatever you want. Chennai, there are 2 shows, one in Bombay, one in Delhi. Inform your relatives. Dushyanth is doing, it won't be bad. Now the second thing is, there is Yatra which is being conducted. Yatra is happening to 2 places. One in November to Navadwaraka Pushkar. Very few seats left. It is to Dwaraka Kshetrams in both Gujarat and Rajasthan. Dakur Dwaraka, Mukti Dwaraka, Moola Dwaraka, Sudhama Dwaraka, Rukmini Dwaraka, Bed Dwaraka, Gomati Dwaraka, Kankroli Dwaraka, Nath Dwaraka. All becoming one Divya Desham in the month of November. So that is happening. And to Uttarayana, to Varanasi, Prayaga Kshetra, Naimisharanyam, Ayodhya and Chitrakuta, where there will be my lectures. Everywhere my lectures will be there. Alongside, there will be in Ayodhya Yatra recitation of Moola Sundarakanda Parayanam, which we will complete in the Ayodhya temple. Again, very few seats left. We will arrange for your stay in 4 and 5-star hotels. Cooks come with us. So there will be vegetarian, sattvic food, lectures of mine. All this is fine. For these 2 yatras, the lectures are in Tamil, because it is on Paduka Sahasram. If you don't understand Tamil, it may be a bit problematic. But learn the language. See, any language is easy. Kannada, Telugu, Tamil. You should have the intent to learn. Now I'll tell you a phone number whom you have to get in touch with to know the details. Forthcoming, after these 2 yatras in November and March, we may do one to Indonesia in 2027 to Bali, Prambanan, Yogyakarta. We may do one to Cambodia. We may do one to Machu Picchu. These are all beautiful civilizational places. You just have to note the mobile number 81378 98571. 81378 98571. It's a 10-digit number. Her name is Lata. During the daytimes, you can get in touch with her to know the cost, itinerary, payment mode, etc. Tomorrow, the very sacred premises of Guruvayurappan temple is holding the lecture on Sundarakandam. Same time, 5 o'clock, I will begin. Those of you who can, please do attend. And if you have friends who have the patience to listen, there is some more place here. You can sit here also, no problem. You can come. Now I'll conclude the Upanyasam with a shloka. As you are all leaving, be very careful. There are elderly people and young ones. So ensure that you go in a single line so that you don't cause any blockades here. Kavitarkika Simhaya Kalyana Gunashaline Srimate Venkateshaya Vedanta Gurave Namaha Swasti Prajabhyah Paripalayantam Nyayena Margena Mahim Mahishaha Gobrahmanebhyah Shubhamastu Nityam Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu Janaki Kanta Smaranam Gopika Jeevana Smaranam Thank you.